Oh, yeah. Come on in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. This is going to be a good one. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. You see it in the thumbnail. Y'all see what time it is. Uh, there is a lot of talks going around the Carolina Panthers right now. There is a lot, and when I mean a lot of whispering, a lot of going backward and forth, a lot of moving to the left, moving to the right, a lot of electric sliding to the left, cha-chaing. It's a lot of chirping, and I ain't talking Twitter. There's a lot going on right now. There's another report that came out on the Athletic, and it let everybody knew, which we all knew this. This came out 2 days ago. That basically the Carolina Panthers is playing the 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 Hunger Games in a bid for survival. All the coaches are basically going through drastic measures to save their ass. The coaching staff is going through some of the toughest times right now because everybody feels that their ass is on the line. And I'm telling you, when you look around and your palms get sweaty, you start sweating and thinking about mom's spaghetti. You know what time it is. Ass cheeks get tight. And in doing so, per the Athletic, they describe the Carolina Panthers as a dysfunctional organization. Staffers texting the owner behind Frank Wright's back about issues that they had within the team before Rich was ultimately fired after a 1-10 start. You got coaches texting David Tepper in the night, in the daytime, anytime the Frank ain't around. Oh shit, let me text Tepper what's going on. I had never heard anything about this, man. This is crazy. Good morning, Anthony Brown. How you living? This is crazy. It's being said right now because this is probably one of the most historic seasons from a Carolina Panthers perspective that you're going to see. You when you got coaches texting the goddamn owner, you understand how much everybody know what Hunger Games means. Hunger Games is when people pile up together and they pounce, they attack, they eliminate. So survival was the number one category for all the coaching staff around here. Once the ass cheeks around here started getting tight. Once we went to 0-5 and 0-6, and we went to 1-6 after that, then we went to 1-7, 1-8. Ass cheeks got tight. You see this right here? Tight. Nothing else better to do but beat your ass got tight. And so in doing so, they said people just finger pointing, hoping that they don't get exposed. An assistant coach told the media this shit right here. They say that the coaches are pointing fingers. So that way, who is it? Is it you, motherfucker? Is it me? Is it this cat? Is it that cat? Is it Frank? They're pointing fingers, bro. The report said the Carolina Panthers general manager Scott Fitterer and an unnamed offensive coach went straight to Tepper about a concern related to quarterback Bryce Young. Now be mindful, they went from texting the owner to goddamn texting the GM and say, fuck it, we got to get together. They went and got together with Scott Fitterer. This is in the report. Per the Athletic. They went and got with Scott Fitterer. Now they said the Panthers traded up and selected Bryce Young number 1 this year, and since then he has Tepper told Rich to get his footwork in order the week of Thanksgiving. So he basically said Thanksgiving week while this nigga sitting there eating his turkey, getting his yams, trying to get a little bit of ass before he come back to the team. He said, hey, put them yams down and get getting on his footwork. I done took the play caller from your ass, so you ain't got nothing else but to focus on but getting to the goddamn footwork. Because one of the coaches done come down here and text me in the middle of the night and is saying that number 1, we got to fix this. They done went and got with Scott Fitterer and say, hey, we got to fix this. The coaches are going beyond Frank Wright's back. They went past this motherfucker. This shit here, and it goes from bad to worse as I continue. Per the Athletic, and I'm reading the report right now, it said Rich chose some coaches he hadn't worked with before in the Panther staff at Tepper's behest. AKA Tepper told this nigga to get these motherfuckers right here. And it proved to work against him as the offense and lacking playmakers has been a mess all season. And to be quoted, it said, it's just not a good offense. A Panthers staffer told The Athletic, you didn't see Indy's offense when they were in the league rushing. They were second in the league in rushing. You didn't see this in Indy's offense. You didn't see Philly when he was there or when he was with the Chargers and those dynamic offense. You didn't see any of that. They were hoping to see some of the signs into this from what he had done previously, is basically what they're saying. And then it says the Panthers at 267 yards per game, the third fewest in the NFL. And the worst teams than us, or in the boat with us, is the Jets at 260 yards per game, the Giants at 258. All of us are lackluster. And it was saying that the Carolina averaged the fewest points per game at 15.9. And then it goes on to talk about Young. Young, at 22 years old, has 2,055 yards, 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in 11 games, and he's completed 60% of his passes. So the message Charlotte virtually got Frank Reich out the door, because when you got coaches texting the owner, going up there reportedly telling the owner, hey, it's Bryce Young's footwork. An assistant coach went directly to Tepper and said it was his footwork causing the offensive line to look worse than what it was. Now, we spent half of the season telling people this entire time that, hey, if Bryce stopped holding on to the ball, if Bryce planted his feet and make a good pass, if he set his feet, you wouldn't have these issues. And people spewed us down week to week to week to week. Well, the offensive line got to do a better job of protecting them. We say, hey, he getting 3.5 seconds. He's getting this, he's getting that, but it's not showcasing. People not understanding what we're saying. But it took one coach. It took one special coach to go to David Tepper to get the message across. And I've been sitting here speculating who that one coach could have been. Because you look around, you got Josh McCown. What does he stand to gain from going to Tepper? Well, he lost his job, so I guess he was trying to keep employment. You got Parks Frazier. He could stand, if he get on Tepper's side, he could stand to elevate himself up to where he is at now, from passing game coordinator to quarterbacks coach. He went up. Could be James Campen. I don't know. I don't see James Campen getting anything out of this. But there's a particular, I'm looking at this from the perspective of, it said one assistant coach texts the owner. What assistant coach would have access directly to the owner? There has to be a mole on this team that we're not seeing. And I tell you guys this every week. I told y'all this just the other day. Tepper has a knack for planting moles on this entire roster. Year in, year out. There's always one guy that he can always fall back on to come and do his dirty work for him. Now, last year was Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes was the mold. They had Steve Wilkes along with dumbass and Phil Snow out there arguing at practice. This year is completely different. Instead of arguing at practice, they texting the owner. They calling this motherfucker at night when he trying to get some puss. I mean, goddamn. Can a nigga sleep but without his phone getting texts? Chris Tabor is a special teams coach. Shout out to AJ Brooks. Chris Tabor is a special teams coach, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out what would he stand to gain if he don't have head coaching aspirations and he don't have anything to gain from this other than being the interim head coach and going back to his position. The number one thing I was trying to figure out, because Chris Tabor said when he got up to the podium that Deuce Staley was released and Josh McCown was released due to personal talks off the field, talks off the field about different disagreements that they had on philosophy, is what the nigga said. Well, the philosophy is your quarterback in this offense and his footwork causing everything to look horrible. Now be mindful, they were uplifting this guy and saying how well he was, how much of a processor, how much he had it all together. But then behind talks and behind everybody back, they're saying this boy ain't shit. His footwork is horrendous. His footwork is the problem. Tapper, fix this motherfucker. Tapper, I done went to Frank. I done went to Thomas Brown. I done went everywhere I could go and tell these people that it just ain't working with his footwork. Now I gotta come straight to you, the owner, because I done went to Scott Fitterer, and now we coming together. Scott Fitterer and myself is coming to you to break this shit down. That's what the fuck we got now. We got a mess. The GM, the coaches are pointing at each other like this right here, like they Spider-Man. Oh shit, no, you the problem. No, this the problem. That the problem. Shit, we about to get fired. Somebody got to figure it out. Ass cheeks has gotten tight. Go talk to me. How you feeling about this situation?
First of all, good morning, everybody that's in the chat. You got Red Swarm, Rob Star Report, Trey 50, JD from North Carolina, Elizabeth Lassman, Anthony Brown. What's up, man? Appreciate all y'all for rocking with us this morning. Q, you have to understand what they said. Let's go back to that Hunger Games type environment. Go back even further. What do we say? Too many cooks in the kitchen, right? We said this. I go
Yeah.
back to the show I did the other day when I said your boy said, give me a rock star. That's all he want is names, dog. I go back to building a boy band, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, all them motherfuckers, right? None of these people was friends or used to sing in the church together. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have no type of ties to each other. Hunger Games. Go back to that. What do the Hunger Games? You click up. 4, 5 of y'all over here. 4, 5 of y'all over there. 4 or 5 of y'all over here. 2 or 3 over here. Watch each other back. Kill the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell is we supposed to win? That's why we ain't won but one damn game. You got
Yeah.
clicks over here, clicks over there, defensive click, offensive click, special team click, click that don't know nobody. I don't care about none of these. You see what I'm saying? That's why I told y'all the pecking order. I keep going back to that. Owner sits on the top. GM and coach. GM and coach supposed to rock with each other. GM supposed to hire the coach, not the owner. That's why an assistant coach, Q, can
Mm-hmm.
text Scott Fitterer and they can run to what you call it. Because Scott didn't hire Frank. He don't care nothing about Frank. He didn't met Frank philosophy in here. Frank don't care nothing about Bryce Young. No matter how much of the lie y'all sit there to believe, it's done been
Mm-hmm.
proven over and over. Boomer Esiason said it. This one and that one said it. This is not Frank's type of quarterback. So I'm sitting there looking like, yo, this is the fourth, fifth time I wasn't able to pick my quarterback. He told Diana Rosini, if I go out, I'm going out on my own accord. So why am I listening to anybody at this point now? I don't care about his footwork. I don't care about this and that. I didn't want him in the first place. So if any, you got to break it down. Who stands the game? Say what? Go back to it, Q. Did he say he's making the offensive line look bad?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he
What
said. Who
what
gains
what
on
what
that?
well,
Who's the
the
gain
number
on
one
that?
thing is I know it wouldn't be Thomas Brown because Thomas Brown is not going to go text Scott Fitterer something negative about Bryce Young, being that he has been all bought in on Bryce. Bryce is this guy. Bryce is that. I feel like Bryce is gonna, he sit down and reassure Bryce, I wanted you. I believe in you. Basically, he was saying Frank didn't believe in you. I believe in you. So I don't
Hmm.
think it was going to be Thomas Brown. That takes him out of the equation. I look
Okay.
around. Who do you have left? You got your offensive coordinator. That's not it. Your quarterback's coach. He has the potential. Or your passing game coordinator. Um, your passing game coordinator, Parks Frazier, don't got the clout. And if you ask me, he don't got enough clout to text Scott Fitterer, hey, this guy footwork is fucking up the entire team. I don't think he got the clout like that to basically inquire or anything like that. So you could take him out of it. Um, I'm looking at McCown and I'm saying McCown has the clout. He has the pedigree. He's been being a former quarterback himself for 18 years, and he working directly with Bryce. Be mindful, Bryce was not his selection. They just brought him on the staff to work with Bryce. So therefore, I could see McCown going or texting Scott Fitterer because hey, he probably done went to Thomas Brown, told Thomas Brown this, and Thomas Brown said, "Oh, I ain't worried about it." And then they went to Frank because the report is Tepper went to Frank, and told Frank, "Hey, you got to fix this shit." And Frank looking at this nigga like, "Bro, footwork is mechanics. That's muscle memory, bro. I can't fix that shit in 2 weeks. I can't fix that shit in 3 weeks. I need more time. You need an off season. You need a couple off seasons to fix somebody's muscle memory because your body's going to always revert to doing what it normally does. So to me, McCown makes the most sense because he works directly with Bryce Young, and his fate is tied to Bryce Young's success, and
But he
especially
be
with it
snitching
not
on
being his
himself
pick,
though.
he's
He be
snitching.
snitching on it. He be snitching on himself though. That won't elevate him. You're telling him, look what you're saying. You're going to Tepper or Federer and telling them you can't do your job. Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
their pick that they told you that this guy they invested in, and you already know the whole coaching staff already know. Don't say nothing negative about Bryce. It took you to week 5 to get the boy to wear a wristband. No, I don't see McCowan doing that. I see somebody like James Campen going up there. You said it made the offensive line look bad. Who's directly associated with the offensive line? James Campen. Y'all need to fix this. James Campen goes up there and tells them, say, look here, y'all need to fix this boy footwork because he's making my boys look bad. It's Bryce's
Well,
footwork.
Staley got the clock to say that too now, because Staley could say, "Man, this little bitch, he ain't getting it done, man. He I'm a former running back, and I'm gonna tell you right now, behind this line and the way how he making the line look worse. Shit, you know how Staley talk, making the line look worse. I don't think. Look, it's a toss up between camping because camping, you're right. God damn it, coach.
And I'm gonna tell you,
God,
I'm gonna tell you,
God
the
damn it, it slapped
the
me in the face just
mole,
now.
and think about this, Q, the mole is still here. You don't find the mole is still here.
Yeah,
James
you don't
Cameron and
you
Chris
don't
Taylor
fire a
are
mole.
the only two motherfuckers who head didn't get cut off for the Matt Rule era. You understand
You
what I'm
don't
saying? So
you
why
don't
why
fire a
can't
mole.
Campen have Tepper's number? He done been here 4 years. Ain't nobody else been here longer than him than Chris Taylor. Take my number,
Still,
boy.
I don't think Steeler would even call that motherfucker, man, because he is directly Frank. Whatever Frank's voice and will is Steely. Steely, remember Frank say, I don't have to yell because Steely do it for me. Whatever my will
He's
is
the
we
hammer.
he's the
He's
hammer.
my hammer. He's my hammer.
Wow. It's that motherfucker named Camping. It's that nigga named Camping, man. Camping is going back and forth because think about it. He stands the most to lose
To
because they're
lose.
blaming him. They're blaming the offensive line, how horrendous it looks.
Getting Bryce
Shout out to
killed.
Elizabeth
Everybody holler.
Lassiter. She said Camping, she think it was Campton that snitched about Bryce footwork. Shout out to Lizzie for that, man. Look, the number one thing is This coaching staff had not one shot in hell because it was not put together with the mind of philosophy. It was put together with a bunch of pieces moving in five,
Yep.
10 different directions. And
Just a
that's
bunch
the
of
problem.
names.
A
Just
bunch
a
of
bunch of
names.
names.
And
Go out
go,
there
what
and
was the
hire this
first
guy.
thing
Go
you
out there and
said?
hire.
What was the
Eh,
first thing you said when we hire all these motherfuckers? You
too
said,
many
Q,
cooks in the kitchen.
this could be a problem because you got too many niggas that know too damn much. You got a bunch of overqualified niggas for this position that they're sitting at. And all of them supposed to be head coaches.
And guess who they coming for? Hunger Games. Who they want to kill?
Oh man.
Hunger Games.
Oh
Hunger Games.
man.
Let's get to it. Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Mockingjay. How they do that shit.
so so
Hunger
so so
Games.
let me ask you a question. Because we know Camping is one of the niggas. He freely give out his number. He gave Chandler Zavala as a
Yeah,
damn. He gave
yeah.
him as a NC State. What's the word? What do you call the young guys that's not quite drafted yet? Uh,
Prospect.
as a prospect. He gave this boy his number. Said, hey, text me, remind me. If I forget the draft, you just text
Yeah,
me draft night.
yeah.
Oh my god, this is a mess because now you still got the mole on the roster. And Camping is a part of that rule era where they had a lot of dysfunction. I
A lot of
still believe that
dysfunction.
they should have got rid of that entire staff. Chris Tabor, Camping, get rid of all the motherfuckers and start fresh.
I say
Fresh.
get the whole smell out the building. You got to open the windows. You got to clean all that shit up out of him. I told y'all that. I told y'all that. You got to clean all that shit up out of him. Still
Yes,
some
sir.
cancer in the building. Still
Man,
some
what's up with
cancer
you?
in the building.
704 Chad. It's a lot of shit going on, bro. He said it's still cancer in the building. Tell him, go. The shit is crazy right now.
Man, this is the thing, Q. If you're doing all this backstabbing, right? Let's just call it what it is, backstabbing,
Mm-hmm.
snitching, like little bitches. I know Frank and Deuce, and they won't listen to me. And I told, okay, let's go now. You got to go back and lay the shit on the down shit where it's supposed to be at too. They told Frank, let's go all the way to the beginning. They told Frank, they told Tepper, look here, that ain't the first time they heard this boy mechanics was bad. They told him that before we went into camp. They said, get him ready for game one. We'll fix that shit later. Mind you, people on the coaching staff, what you just read, Q, week 5, wanted to
Mm-hmm.
bench Bryce, correct?
Mm-hmm.
By
They
week
wanted to
5.
bench him. The coaching staff got together and said they wanted to bench Bryce together. That mean these niggas voting like this fucking survivor. What the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah, yeah. Because now, but look, this is what you got to do. Because you got to sign a petition. You see how stupid it is around this motherfucker? The head coach ain't got, they got to sign a petition to go to Tampa to say, hey, we want to bench Bryce. And I'm not the only one who thinks of it. I'm the head coach now. I got to have backing. Uh, the quarterback coach want to, the assistant head coach want to, the passing game coordinator want to, the receivers coach wants to. Everybody thinks it'll be in our best interest to bench Bryce. What Temple tell him? Oh hell no, not my golden goose, not my boy. No,
The
you
nigga
won't
say, fix him. You got till after
fix him.
Thanksgiving to fix him.
Now
How the
you
fuck
got
is
the
you gonna fix
Thanksgiving to
footwork,
fix him.
go that quick? How could you fix it that quick?
You can't. You can't. Cause like you said, when this boy gets in trouble, he gonna revert back to the old bad habits. He gonna revert back to the old bad habits. Now you got Alabama. Y'all keep hollering. He used to do this in Alabama. He used to just do that Alabama. Alabama, and this is college once again. I keep telling y'all that shit. Alabama had a great offensive line for college. Once again, you don't have the speed at every position that you do in the NFL, Alabama. Some stuff Q just don't translate. Bad mechanics, no speed, no strength, height and weight. Bryce Young is getting exposed. Coaches didn't want him from the jump. Sit here try to tell y'all. Y'all keep pushing the issue. It's not Bryce. It's not Bryce. This position coach done told you. You're making my guys on this offensive line look bad because of your poor footwork and mechanics. This is not me saying it. I done said it before. But at least damn now you got a professional so much so forth saying it. Maybe you'll believe him. Go back and look at the tape. There it is. I done looked at the tape. That's why I keep
I
asking y'all motherfuckers what was y'all looking at.
I ain't never seen or heard no shit like this. Now, one go, we could all agree that we knew the Panthers were going to be a mess this year, but I don't think either of us thought it was going to be on this level type
Not
of
on this level.
dysfunction.
No, not Hunger Games.
Hunger
Hunger
Games,
Games?
Survivor, these motherfuckers right here voting motherfuckers off the island and
Off
shit,
the
man.
island. Off the island. Off the island. Get the fuck out the island. Take your shit with you.
They
Hey,
treating coaches like they own a goddamn island around here, and they in the house together stuck. I
yeah.
just I ain't never this some Big Brother type of shit.
It don't make sense, man. And see, that's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, Q, you say okay. So you say you never heard of this. When you ain't heard of the coach not choosing motherfuckers on his coaching staff? When do the owner start putting people on your coaching staff? Look at this. How
I
the
ain't never heard
hell
no shit
did
like
Steve?
that.
Okay, so you just said it earlier. How the hell did Steve Wilkes get on Matt Rule's coaching staff? Who put him on there?
He was brought back by Tepper. Now you
Thank you.
think of it, but
Thank
and
you.
that's the motherfucker he used to move him out of the way too.
Okay, so when do all these little position coaches get elevated to fucking interim head coach? Huh? It's usually the OCDC or assistant head coach. Those are the top three. You overlook all these motherfuckers and we go get the special teams coach. It's only been done one time in the history of the NFL that the special team coach, and that's John Harbaugh. Not Jim, but John at the Ravens.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
time, Q.
I I'm just flabbergasted at the amount of, I mean, weekly fighting. I mean, just the ignorance that's coming out. And I told you, just sit back. You're gonna hear from McCown, you're gonna hear from
Yeah,
Staley, you're gonna hear all the shit that coming out at the athletic. They say a coach, like I said, Keeman sat down with the athletic and told them this shit. I want to know what fucking coach sat down and told them. An insider is what they called them. You got shit leaking by the minute in Carolina Panther land over here. This shit, I couldn't make this up if we tried. Couldn't make this shit up. This is as the world turns, the drama filled Carolina Panthers with David Tepper. This shit is messy. And I think this
messy.
nigga is just the messiest motherfucker I ever met.
Very messy. Very messy. Very messy.
Wow.
Very.
I have never met, since David Tepper has come here, the way that they go about removing coaches and the way that they go about removing people has been so messy because you got outside of information that leaks. You also have dirty dirt scandal fights. I mean, yes, some of this happens on the NFL team, but not like this. I have never heard anything like this, bro. I mean, the dirt, the scandals, the way how they go, like Phil Snow fighting with him and Wilkes fighting at practice last year. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
it goes from bad to what. I have never seen one nigga, because what he did is he sat down and told Steve Wilkes, "Hey, I done gave this dude X amount of games. If he don't get it right, I'm coming to you as my coach.
I'm
When
coming
you
to you.
do sideways shit like that,
Mhm.
like he went to Chris Tabor. Hey, if Frank don't get this shit right, I'm gonna make you my head coach, my interim head coach. So be ready.
Be ready.
What type
Be
of
ready.
bullshit? Lord have mercy, man.
Be ready.
This is messy.
Be ready. Be ready. Be ready to take this thing over. And you and Thomas Brown and Jim Caldwell, y'all work together. Cause see, that's one click right there, Q. You seen it. You starting to see it get together. You ain't got to be no brain surgeon to see the shit. You got Jim
Yeah.
Caldwell, you got Chris Tabor, and you got Thomas Brown. You had Frank, Deuce, and Josh McCown was on one Hunger
Mm-hmm.
Game team. You got uh might be in camping, Parks Frazier, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Them guys might have been, they call alliances on Hunger Game. They might have been in alliance with this motherfucker. Like, okay, so when they make them think playing double agent, make them think you his friend, and all the while go get the information and bring it back to me and Scott.
Now,
This
Elizabeth
some
Lasseter,
bullshit.
you got one hell of a point right here because Jim Caldwell has been unheard throughout this entire
You,
process up until the week they
you ain't
fire Frank
seen
Wright.
him. You ain't
He ain't
seen him.
seen him. And then who comes out? Sheena Quick comes out on the Pat McPhee show, and they asked, they said, "Well, what happened to the advisor Caldwell?" She said, "Oh, I see him. He walking around smiling, just as happy as he could be. He is living
Chilling.
his best life. He
Mm-hmm.
chilling.
Chilling.
Shit is in disarray. It is 1 in 10, and this motherfucker walk around smiling."
Because you know why? He probably said, I told Frank to do this, to do that. I told that boy to give up that play calling. I told him to do this. I told him to do that. If you go to your job,
Mm-hmm.
Q runs a route. I know trucking. If you told him that you can't go to this place first and you backtracking and it would be more cost effective to go to this place first and that place and they won't listen to you, guess what you're going to say? Fuck it.
Fuck it.
You said, it ain't my fuel. Let them spend it. Right?
You damn right. I wouldn't
I ain't
waste
a
a
head.
damn bit of energy on it.
What Jim Caldwell say? Fuck it. I ain't a head
Hey,
coach. I'm just an
you know what
assistant.
we like to say? You know what we like to say, driver? We like to say that's above my pay grade. I ain't worrying about
That's
it.
above my. There you go. That's what Jim said. That's why Jim walking around that bitch smiling. Hey, I'm just assistant senior advisor. I advised this nigga and he didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? I advised him
Hmm.
and he didn't listen. Do with this shit, cool.
That shit is crazy,
Dumpster
bro.
fire. Sell everything. Must go. You right about that, Clay. Dumpster fire. And it's been that way. It was like that from jump. You don't, I told you, you don't just bring these cats in here because, oh, they got the name and they got the cachet and they got 30 years in the league and all that. Everybody can't work together. You have to let the head coach cook his own motherfucking dinner.
Yeah. There
General
has to be
manager's
a
supposed to
clear.
bring the ingredients in. It's going to
There
be a
has
mess,
to.
man, until these motherfuckers learn, Q, till they learn the pecking order.
Well, go. You got the number one thing about having a head coach. If you're going to come up under this guy, under his umbrella, you have to believe one in his vision. You have to
There you go.
believe in the direction that he's going
Okay.
to take the team. You
I
can't
agree.
have a bunch of cats that hey, you just pull any random stray off the street and say, hey, come do this right here. But then if they
Yeah.
heart not in it, if they don't fully believe or if they not bought in to what you're trying to do here, you in a mess because while you going left, they might be going right, pulling in
They pulling
another
right.
direction.
They pulling like a motherfucker. They
You can't
pulling like a
have
motherfucker.
that, bro.
Now we just spinning. We just sitting here
Mm-hmm.
spinning. And the results of spinning, Q, is 1 in 11. That's the results
Yeah,
of spinning.
that's facts.
That's the results of spinning, y'all. 1 in 11. As long as David Tepper is so enamored with these names out here and fanboying and shit and getting in the way, dumpster fire is what y'all want to call it. That's what we're going to continue to be.
So
That's what
go.
we're going to continue to be.
Can we blame Tepper for a coach texting him in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day, hey, I've been talking to Frank, Frank ain't listening. Hey, I've been talking to Thomas, Thomas ain't listening. I'm coming to you now. I went to Scott first, and Scott is right here with me. Now we coming to you. The problem is A, B, Y, and Z, his footwork. Should you be mad at Tepper for coming down out the office and saying, okay, you think that's the problem? All right, let me talk to Frank about it. Frank, this person right here, whom I trust on this staff, says that this is the problem. How do you feel about it? Fuck it. I don't think I can do it today. I can't get it done. Should you be mad at Tepper for coming down and paying that attention? Should he have not entertained that?
Somewhat, Q, because once again I go back to the chain of command. A private first class don't go to a four. He don't go to a 4-star, 5-star general talking about, we put the bullets over here and they need to be over here. M16s is over here. You know, Sergeant don't want me to shine a latrine like this. You know what I'm saying? He don't go to
Right.
a 5-star general like that, bro. He can't even. All you need to do is salute and sit for the chain of command. That's what makes a
Hmm.
mess right there. That's what makes a mess, Q. Now, am
So
I mad with Pepper for going in there and trying? No, I'm not mad
oh,
at
he
him
trying
when he
he
gets
trying to straighten shit
information.
up.
Yeah, he's just trying to fix it.
So let's break
Information is
this thing
coming
down,
in.
go.
He's trying to fix it.
Let's break this thing down, go. Because one, I want to get to the nitty gritty. Okay, once you figure out that there's a problem, do you address it right then?
Hmm.
Was it wrong to address it right then in the middle of the season, or should you have wait to the off season to fix that problem? You there, go?
Yeah, I got you now. I went out for a minute, Q. Say that
Oh, okay.
again,
I
Q.
said,
Say that again. I didn't get
was Tapper wrong for addressing that mid-season, or should he have wait to the off season? Because like I said, let's break this thing down, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm
Tapper,
asking, was he wrong?
yes, because once again, he's overzealous and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So he comes down. He broke the chain of command again. You see what I'm saying? Chain of command keep getting broken. That means the 5-star general is going and talking to the damn first class private or the private or a fucking intern, a rookie or whatever. Once when you're taking calls from people on the coaching staff and you're taking calls from Bryce Young and this and that, you meddling too much. You already know he meddling too much. He meddles too much, right? So he shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
taking calls from nobody but him, Frank, and Scott. Them the calls he should be taking. I ain't listening to nobody else. Okay, but
So
this
you
dude
saying
get
no
calls from everybody.
positions coach, no assistant
Should be
coach should be texting the goddamn owner at all?
no, no, no. You
Amen.
you just broke the chain
Amen.
of command. You just broke the chain of command. Now you got dissension in the ranks. You've heard of that before.
Yes,
Dissension
sir.
in the rank. A shit show you get ready to have.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody by week, whatever, when this shit started to implode, week whatever, when we owe and
Man,
whatever,
when we've been 0-3 and 0-4, the minute that they bench Bryce with that fake injury, this shit was imploding then.
mhm, yeah,
That's that because Frank had done went and sat the quarterback down and said, hey, I can't win with this guy. And they were arguing back with the fourth then. And they said, well, hey, remember they said they wanted to bench him a long time ago? That was Frank
week
taking
five,
veto power. And that
week
was week
five.
5 they wanted to bench him. Week 3, Frank had benched the motherfucker. Week 3. So this goes back to they was having talks after week 1 after that Jesse Bates game where they wanted to bench this summer bitch, man. They
Mhm.
had talks then. They said, okay,
Bad
he's not looking
footwork.
good.
Okay, go back to
Bad
that. Go back to
footwork.
that. What you just said.
Yes, sir.
Go
Yes,
bad
sir.
footwork. Can't see over the middle. This and that. Throw 2 picks. I
Yes, sir.
didn't want to start. I'm Frank. I didn't want to start him anyway. I told y'all he wasn't ready. You see what I'm saying? Now we going in here to Monday night where everybody
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to see. Showcase game.
Mm-hmm.
Shit looking even worse. I just had 3 preseason games where this motherfucker couldn't move the ball. I told you I wanted to start Andy going into camp. Andy was going to be QB1. You told me hell no. Now here we is, go to Atlanta, and the nigga throw 2 picks. Can't see over the middle. Same
Mm-hmm.
down spot, same play. Come
But
on now.
and this
What's
and
going
but
on,
this is the
Pop?
number one thing. What's up, Pop? This is the number one thing, bro. You got coaches texting the GM and texting David Tepper and telling them, hey, Frank out of his damn mind. He need to fix this right here. How did he not see this shit right here? What can we do to make this better? People sat here and spewed us down and say they weren't worried about this team after I told you the shit didn't look right at fucking preseason. It didn't even look right then. Most teams can come out here. We played the Jets week 1 preseason, and I looked
Mm-hmm.
at how we matched up against them, and I said offensively, this is a mess. We could not move the ball down the field whatsoever. And I said then, it's a fucking problem. But people came on here. I'm not worried about preseason. It's just preseason. You guys got to
Vanilla
relax.
playbook.
It's
Vanilla.
vanilla.
Vanilla. They
Everything
Good
not.
morning.
vanilla,
They not
vanilla,
doing
vanilla.
Good morning.
nothing. What's
Morning,
Good
going
morning.
morning.
on?
And so they told us that week 1 of the preseason, and now here it is. After after everybody ass cheeks done get tight, you got coaches sitting down with the fucking athletic talking and shit. You got coaches texting the owner. You got coaches texting the GM, going behind each other back, pointing. Spider-Man poses all over here. No, it's you. No, it's this person. It's that person. No, I ain't getting fired. I want to save my job. Like I say, it's survivor around this motherfucker. That's the
Hunger
problem.
games, bro. They killing motherfuckers. Fuck Survivor. They killing motherfuckers.
Nobody wants to get voted off the island. This shit is crazy.
Well, I expected some type of lack in production because they took so long to hire a head coach. Remember, everybody was like, "Damn, what's taking them so long? What's taking them so long?" Well, some guys weren't showing up. Some guys didn't tickle his pickle, and we ended up landing on Frank. So yeah, I expected some hiccups because it took way too long to get the staff together, and then by the time Frank got here, trying to put a staff together and hurry up and go to the what you call and watch everybody perform, run their 40s, their measurements and things of that nature.
Combine.
Yeah, the combine. I mean, it was a rush job. You know what I'm saying? These guys don't know each other. He encouraged Frank to go out here and get guys he don't know, get the biggest
Mm-hmm.
names you can
Don't
get,
hire
and
your buddy.
all this. And
That's
he
what was told.
fucked around and got too many chefs in the kitchen, which we all said that here on Black Cat. And look where it got him. Ain't none of those chefs are helping each other out. And the ones that are left over, I guess they serve a better plate than David Tapper for the time being.
Well, Pop, what organization you know has random coaches texting the owner that the head coach ain't doing something, or texting the owner? Now, be mindful. The report that came out on the Athletic just a day ago said that a coach that will remain unnameless text the GM Scott Fitterer that they need to go to David Tepper over Frank Wright, over the hierarchy right here, over Thomas Brown, because they're going straight to the owner to say that the
Hmm.
footwork is causing the offensive line to look bad.
So I haven't seen other organizations do that, but that's when you know. Remember when you was like I said, we was like, what kind of coach uh you think represents the Carolina Panthers? I said, ain't Frank, because there's no way in hell the head coach has somebody to go behind his back and be a snitch if they have respect for him. You know why? because there's too many chiefs in the kitchen trying to cook. These guys are looking out for themselves. They shunning one another, talking shit. Frank being stubborn. Frank doing what the hell he want to do. Because you got to think, he trying to prove a point. He trying to be the comeback kid of the year. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's hard to do that with a rookie, especially with the GM that you got who don't know how to pick talent to help you out. So
I'm gonna
he more
tell you.
screwed
Hey,
than anything. But that's foul. That's
you
really
win.
foul. That's really foul for them coaches to do Frank like that. I don't care what nobody say. I don't think Frank a bad person. I don't think he's malicious. He might be lazy. He might be stubborn. He might be old. Whatever. Whatever. I don't think nobody could have sat down and talked to Frank and he not understand. You going behind his back being a tattletale. That all the whole staff need to be destroyed. Every last one of them.
Hunger Games type of environment, though, Pop. And then you ask the question about what took so long. I said it the other day and get it off your chest. You know, the first time he had three candidates he was looking at. He said, "Fuck it." This time he took 12 requests for candidates. 12. You know who does that? He tripled
You
the
know,
prospects he was looking
Go,
at.
go.
I,
I'm gonna
I,
cut you off, Q, real quick though. Uh, Look at the list that's coming out now. Look, it's gonna be even more than that. Go ahead, Q. My
Well,
bad.
I know there's three on the list now. I know three on the list now. I told y'all it was Ben Johnson, uh, Brian Johnson, and Bobby Slowick. Those were the guys that's at the top of the list. But it was
yeah,
12 coaches. That's why there was so many scheduling mix-ups and shit like that. You got 12 potential head coaches. You don't do that.
yeah, yeah. Well, to quote my
Too many.
boy Trinidad James, the great Trinidad James, I don't fuck with no snitches. So don't tell me who telling. Look at here. When Tepper got that information, Tepper should have hung up the motherfucking phone in the air. If that was me,
No, no, he wasn't.
if that was me, cause I understand I need to come see about my $1 billion team and see what the fuck going on. You know, Tepper probably went out there in his house robe and his slippers and come out there. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. No, wait a minute. Y'all call me at night to fix this shit right here with Brash Young Footwear. What the fuck? What the
Mhm.
fuck going on? Them boy probably
Yeah.
meeting at the Waffle House at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Who knows? This is
What the
some
fuck they
wild
paying for all
shit.
these coaches? Why
Q.
they kept saying Tepper
Tepper
opened up his
said,
wallet to all these motherfucking coaches and shit. He opened up
and
his
he also,
wallet.
and guess what he also said? He said, I try to let the football people do the football things, and these football motherfuckers turn into straight divas, snitches, rats. We got some leftover stinking ass cheese in the building. That's what we got, and they acting like it. This is humiliating as a franchise, yo. And that's why everybody, even Scott Fritter got to go. I mean, I want Scott to go, but not because of this. Everybody's got to, because even Scott is dibble dabbling.
He's
Hey
wrong
man,
too. Yeah.
he wrong too.
Because
So
when he
you
called him,
He
hmm
should have fixed. He should have fixed
he,
that problem
he
instead of
should have
going to
never got
goddamn
to Tepper.
Tepper.
there
He
you
should have
Should have
go,
never
never
got to
got to
Tepper.
Tepper.
That's what I'm telling you.
Daddy,
Chain of
Daddy.
command. Chain of
Damn.
command.
Daddy,
Telling y'all, man.
they throwing rocks over there, Daddy, Daddy. He
Okay,
picking
well
on me, Daddy,
Oh, Daddy
Daddy.
let's talk to the
Tepper.
man. Let's talk
Mm-hmm.
to
Daddy
the man.
Tepper.
He,
That nigga
but
say, that
but
nigga grab his house
but
roll. Hold on. Let me get my slippers. Let me come out here and figure this shit out. God damn,
you.
Tepper.
Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Frank's not Scott Sky. Frank's not Scott Sky. Tepper picked Frank.
This some wild shit, you know.
Now, this is the time that I will, and all y'all know how where we stand at when it comes to Bryce Young. And I have to give Bryce Young some leeway in this situation because as these old ass farts supposed to be professional coaches and having all these Super Bowl rings combined together. This is not how you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
I, I I ain't gonna lie,
And
Pop. You hit that on the head. I almost feel bad for this little motherfucker, man.
I do, and
I
y'all know how I
I
feel
feel
about it.
bad.
I do because guess what? The new guy that come in this motherfucker don't want him neither.
Yeah,
Y'all realize y'all know that, right?
yeah.
The
He
new
went out
guy,
here and played.
there's X amount of coaches in this league right now looking at this dude right now like, and they shaking their head. I'm not coaching that.
Yeah. I feel bad for the motherfucker that in his rookie season he had to endure a fucking shit show with punk ass coaches walking around here talking behind their back, talking behind each other back like schoolgirls and shit like that. And instead of they be, cause I doubt any of them niggas went to Bryce Young and say, hey, correct your footwork on this or work on this right here.
Yeah,
Maybe maybe
they,
McCown, he might be the only
they,
one, but everybody else probably went and ran and talked behind this boy back and couldn't even look him in the eye. And that's why he up at the podium look like he about to fucking cry.
hmm Who told him about his footwork? Like, well, shit, Josh was supposed to work on that with him. Josh was supposed to work on that with him. You see
Josh
what I'm
had the
saying?
whole fucking
Everybody
off
kept,
season.
everybody kept passing the buck. No, Q. They kept passing the buck. I ain't getting in the middle of that shit. I ain't getting in the
But
middle of that
but
shit.
go, but go. Think
Ain't my
about it.
job.
Think about it though. Remember in practices and shit like that, we would see they wasn't coming after Bryce with the pass rush. It wasn't until Jesse Bates and them boys come and hit that nigga in the mouth, and all of a sudden then you start seeing them tippy toes come out. He wasn't tippy toeing before that.
hmm
And every week after that, his biological clock in his head just kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Oh shit, I gotta run. Oh shit, I gotta go. Oh shit. And like I said, before you realize that he had done create a whole world where okay, I gotta get this motherfucker out of my hand. I got to run. I got to go.
what do you mean by his footwork? When this dude come out the shotgun, y'all look at it, he takes three more steps back. He's not stepping up in his footwork, telling him to step up in the pocket, or side in the pocket. You see what I'm saying? And that makes the offensive line block. What did I tell y'all the other day? They're taking wider stances against Icky. He can't get out there and block that guy way out there on the island. Damn near at a corner's position. That's a straight, especially when you take three more steps back. That's footwork. That's what they talking about. Taylor Moton can't block the guy way out there neither. Nobody could. You got to
It's
put
the
a tight
zone
end in
blocking
there.
scheme, but
Yeah.
that's Thomas Brown fucking fault because the zone blocking schemes that they implemented for this offense go against the actual plays. And what he was trying to do was be innovative. And what let me be real. Thomas Brown was hoping that he could try to create something that against Sean McVay because he's trying to shine. So he wanted to create something that's so perfect that it would get his name out there and he would be looked as a guru and he can get his shine, his 10 minutes to be a head coach somewhere if he
hmm
if he if he would hit the shit on the head. But what he didn't think about is identity matters. Offensive philosophy matters. If you're going to run a variation of the West Coast offense and you got your offensive line zone blocking in another goddamn direction, what the fuck you think gonna happen? We look at Icky and we said there's no way that with this big bitch God's given ability couldn't block a motherfucker running in front of him. There's just no way. And I said it, you said it. We watched this nigga go up against Miles Garrett. We watched him go up against all these other guys last year, Kayvon Thibodeau's in the crew. And he went up against the best of the best. He went up against Bosa last year when San Fran came into town. How many sacks Bosa had up against Ike Ekwonu? Shit. The point I'm trying to make is we watched this boy go up against the best of the best last year. And
hmm
and the San Fran week was the week he had a 91. That was the week he had a 91, bro. How do you go from a 91 zone PFF grade down to the fucking 30s?
Quarterback's now taking three more steps backward, not two, 3 steps forward. He's taking 2 or 3 steps backward. allowing, I'm blocking you right in there on direct path to you. I can't
Hmm.
get out there fast enough. Not for my regular stance. And then when they take the stance, but you usually what you do, you're 2.5, maybe 1.5 foot gaps, Q. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
From tackle to guard, guard to what's good. And then sometimes you shorten them up. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you're at, goal line, whatever, whatever. When he goes out there and blocks, this guy that's taking a wide 5, that's leaving nigga at least a 4 foot gap between him and the guard. Now, if anybody's stunting or whatever, it's wide open. Chandler Savala can't
Mm.
block 2 people. He's looking on the inside to help Bradley Bozeman first and foremost. Because he got his guy way out there on the island. Savala, Throckmorton, anybody. Nobody could survive out there at that right guard, left guard position. The stances are too wide
Hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
directly to Bryce Young's footwork. He's
And,
dropping back more. That's what he's saying. And I believe
and
it's James Campbell making his boys look bad, making my position
yeah,
guys look bad.
yeah. I was just about to touch on that goat. I got to give James Campen a pass because all the hard work he put in to
Hmm.
get this O line to look a certain way the year before, he now has to break all that down and say, okay, look, we gonna run something totally different. They didn't set that O line. These guys, it ain't the O line's fault that they don't have the certain type of talent that these coordinators want them to run. They weren't built for that. They were built to run the ball. Everybody knows it. So I can't blame James Campen. I also have to blame Scott because if that's what you wanted, then when we went into the draft, your ass shouldn't be moving up for nobody. You should have been trying some guys. Shouldn't be trying to get some guys in here that can help finesse and plug in the type of offensive line that you wanted for these plays.
So I quick question. Well, not a quick question, a quick statement. Thomas Brown picked the offensive. Thomas Brown put together the offensive playbook. He put all the offensive plays in there. Thomas
Hmm.
Brown had a hand in picking the quarterback. Thomas Brown also wrote the zone blocking schemes for this offense. Thomas Brown is the reason why this team is underachieving because everything that he thought to be so great was inept. And nobody is even giving Thomas Brown. They keep saying Thomas Brown is going to call, this perfect game. Thomas Brown is going to be this. Thomas Brown is horse shit. Nobody's even looking at him because if the offensive line is horrendous up now, be mindful, he's the offensive coordinator. So everything flows through him. If your offensive line underachieves up under you, if your weapons that you had a hand in picking, you went and got the Adam Thielen, you wanted Chalk, you wanted all these guys. You pick
Hmm.
these guys. Nobody else. You're the offensive coordinator. You told Frank what you needed, and Frank sent Frank went to Scott Fitter and said, "Okay, hey, Thomas needs this right here." It's your fault.
Q, I
Thomas
think it's both.
Brown is
It's
the
both of their
blame.
fault. It's both of their fault because I, Frank is stubborn. We do know that now, so we
But who
can't throw that out
created
the
the
window.
playbook? Who created the playbook?
They created together. Remember, they said
Exactly.
we took, so both of them got to take the heat. Frank and Thomas,
Break it
and I
down,
only
though,
got
Pop. Break it down. You got to break it down.
so
When did
so
Frank become stubborn?
um. I believe he became stubborn at the game before the Seattle game. Oh, really? Yeah, the game for the Seattle game because we
Monday
weren't
night
getting
game.
nowhere. The Monday night game, that was the really show all, tell all. Okay, because we got time to prepare. Let's get in here and show them what we got. When we lost and had to go to Seattle, and they sat Bryce out of nowhere from that ankle injury. Don't when it happened. Don't know how it happened. We just all of a sudden just got hurt. That was the day. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that
Because
was the
look,
day.
let me stop you for a second, Pop. Because you own to something. You own to something like a motherfucker. You say Frank stubborn. I don't think Frank was.
Hmm.
Do you think Frank was stubborn from the gate, from the jump? Now
No,
from
no,
day
no, no,
one?
no, no.
Okay. Now
But
you
I do
said
think he was prideful though. I do think he was prideful. I don't think he was
Yeah, but
stubborn.
you just don't
okay.
mature into being
Now
stubborn overnight.
hold
That
on,
means
hold
a
on,
lot
hold
of shit. Go ahead, go ahead, go
on,
ahead. I know where you're going.
hold
Go
on.
ahead, go
Let me
ahead.
get there. Let me get there.
Yes,
Week
sir.
three,
Yes,
like I
sir.
said, week three, they benched Bryce. They said the ankle, this and that. There wasn't nothing wrong with Bryce ankle. There wasn't nothing wrong with Bryce ankle, y'all. I'm just here to tell you. I'm sorry for you Bryce lovers and everybody else. There wasn't nothing wrong with Bryce ankle. Okay, now we know this. This ain't Black Cat saying that. What did they say, Q? Week 5, it was a unanimous decision that the
They wanted the
coaching staff
bench.
come up. They
Mm-hmm.
want the bench. Now, you got by here it is, week 13, 14, 15, whatever it is, you got a Hunger Games environment. If we was unanimous in week 5 and now it's Hunger Games. You see what I'm saying? So between them, what's that? 9 weeks between
But
5
go.
and now?
But go. How do you go from all the coaches agreeing to
There
all
you
to a coach going behind your back? You
that's
got coaches texting Scott Fitterer to
that's
tell Scott
that's what
Fitterer, let's go to Tampa. Be mindful. How do you go from being on the same goddamn page to all of a sudden now, oh, okay, yeah, unanimously, we all going in our separate direction. Uh, Scott Fitterer, please tell Tampa that it's Bryce's fault. His footwork is the problem. His footwork is making the offensive line look worse than what it is. How do you go from here to there? Where
That's what
is
I'm
the
asking
middle
y'all.
part?
That's what I'm asking y'all. That's what I'm asking y'all. There go the timeline. I just broke the timeline down. That's all I did. Week 3, he got benched pretty much. They lied and said it was
Hmm.
a damn injury. Now by week 5, everybody wanted to bench his ass. Now here it is, his
Hmm.
footwork, Hunger Games, and all that shit. Y'all tell me where the fuck the shit hit at.
I'm gonna be real. And T. Thompson, shout out to T. Thompson, say he don't trust anybody except for Tabor. I don't even trust Tabor. Because like I said,
Oh
Tabor
hell no! I
accepting
don't
this
trust Tabor.
position,
No, no.
him
Man,
accepting
I'm
that position to me told me everything I need to know. You are okay doing Tepper's will, doing bending to whatever it is he wants you to do, and be mindful. Everybody thought that Tabor coming in that first week was going to have this team rallying around him. Well, you see how that shit look.
they ain't rally
That's
shit.
That's out the window already. So it's only a matter of time before Tabor start having whispers about his ass. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a
They
motherfucker to
ain't rally
rise
shit.
up and be calling Tep about this nigga. It's an ongoing, perpetual thing. Seems to be. I don't know how you go from agreeing in week 5, week 6, all the coaches being on the same page. And I'm gonna be real because that's week 5, week 6 is when they took the play caller for Frank. That means all the coaches got together and agreed, hey, give it to Thomas. And then by week 7, week 8, Frank took the goddamn coaching. He took what week did we play CJ Stroud?
I don't know. I was just getting ready to
What
look
week was
all that
that?
up. I
What
was
was
just
that?
getting
Week
ready to look
seven?
all that up.
Week 8? Somewhere around
And you
7 and 10.
yeah, they told him hell no. You not much all the shit CJ Stroud doing. They ain't nowhere in hell. My boy not gonna be on the field. Ain't nowhere in
But Q,
hell.
Q, real quick. Let's go back. Let's go back to Chris Tabor. I
Mm-hmm.
was I felt like before all this shit came out, right?
Okay. Here we go.
Until his previous press conference when they asked him, "Have you had any discomfort or outs with any of the other coaches?" He's like, "Oh, I've had no problem with the other coaches." And the way he looked, I said, "This motherfucker alive." And that's
Yeah.
when I changed
Okay.
my whole opinion about him. I seen it on his face. I said, "You a rat too. You a
Week
fucking rat
five.
too."
Week 5 was the Lions, was Detroit, and then we went to go play Miami. Week 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Thomas Brown was calling the plays, y'all. He started
Yeah.
calling the plays. Thomas Brown started calling the plays in Miami. He called them in Miami, and I think he called them for the
No,
Texans.
no,
He called
cause
them in Miami.
the week after the Texas game, cause everybody be like, wait till he called the Texans game and the game after the Texans, which was Chicago, right?
I thought he called Miami.
He did call Miami because they got 14 points up in the real
Yeah,
no,
yeah, he did. He
no.
did.
Frank Wright
What was
called
it?
that game because I remember they saying Frank Wright tried some different stuff. The following week after Miami, he called. They took it from him, which
Was that
was
the
the
Colts
CJ
game?
Stroud week.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So he called CJ week and then he called the Colts week.
Right.
And
He only called two
by the
games. Yep.
he only called two games, which was those two games, CJ Stroud and then the Colts week. And by that next week, they done took the bitch back from him.
He only called 2 weeks now. Yeah, he only called 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So whatever it was
yeah.
only 2 weeks.
Well,
But
remember
they said unanimous
Miami.
decision by week 5 that they wanted to get rid of Bryce. Either it was after the Lions game they wanted to get rid of Bryce going into Miami, or it was after Miami. So that was week 5 and 6. So that's when the breakdown started right there. Week 5 and week 6.
But go. I knew it was something when Thomas Brown walks up to the podium and say, "Hey, I still believe in Bryce, and I want to assure Bryce that he was my guy, and I want him to know that I chose him." And when you start telling a bitch how bad she is, come on, bro, come on, what are
Mind
you
you,
doing?
mind you now, y'all, Q Pop, those were the 2 games that we got 42 points put up on our ass. Back to back.
Yeah, yeah. This shit is
That,
crazy.
that's where the finger pointing started.
I want them all gone. Every last one of them. Get your raggedy ass out our stadium. Every last one of y'all. I don't trust
That's where the
you.
finger pointing
I
started.
don't believe you. I don't want you. Get the hell out of our stadium.
MDJ,
Yo, yo,
what's going on?
what's up, man? Hey, look, I got two little gems for you. You know, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. I think Frank was actually trying to save the season, week 3, and he was trying to help Bryce at the same time because they already said he was having trouble with the fucking play calling and shit. So you going to Seattle, the loudest stadium in the NFL. I think he went to Andy Dalton because he was gonna try to win that game and save the damn season. And I think that it's Thomas Brown shitting on Frank because he wanted a damn play call.
So
I
you
felt
think
like
Thomas Brown is the mole?
I think it's Thomas Brown. I do. I do. I don't think Frank ever really wanted to give him the play call. I just think he agreed on it and was told, like, hey, you got this guy sitting here. He a good offensive mind. You need to give him a shot or something because the shit ain't working.
Hey
But
man,
week
we
3,
got a
I feel like won't shit wrong with Bryce. It's just that stadium was loud. The boy can't get the damn plays in any damn way. So they went with Andy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hey, we got a bunch of y'all in here, man. Go like, subscribe, wipe your feet off, man. Ring the bell. Y'all know what time it is. Look at here. Put it up in the chat. Who y'all think? If you ain't coming on, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Who do y'all think it was?
Yes, sir. D'Angelo,
D'Angelo.
what's happening, fam?
What's good? What's good, fellas? What's good? What it do? What it
What
do?
up, bro?
Who the
Oh
most,
man, it's mold
D'Angelo?
time. It's mold
Who the
time,
most?
goddammit.
Who the
Oh,
motherfucking
oh,
most?
okay. See, I was gonna say I missed the gist of the conversation. I ain't been too long got in here, so I really ain't know what y'all was talking about. But yo, so who? Oh,
Oh,
y'all
okay.
asking who the mole is?
Well,
Who the most?
let me bring you up to
Thomas
speed.
Brown the mole.
Let me bring it up to speed. There was a coach that went sat down with the athletic that said that he texted Scott Fitterer and
Mm-hmm.
told Scott Fitterer, now be mindful, we got to talk to Tepper. So Scott Fitterer and that coach went behind Frank right back and went straight to Tepper and tell Tepper that, hey, Bryce Young footwork is causing the offensive line to look worse than what it is. And Tepper
Mm-hmm.
came down, told Frank Wright, you got until Thanksgiving to fix that shit. And he didn't
Mm.
fix it. Cause think about it. Fixing footwork is muscle memory. This is something that takes weeks, months, potentially
Yeah, yeah,
years. You
yeah,
It's
can't
yeah.
it's
fix
too
that
late
Footwork.
to
shit in
fix it.
two
Yeah,
fucking
It's
weeks.
too late.
you don't fix yeah you don't fix that overnight. That's some shit he should have learned at Alabama. God damn it. Hell, he should have learned that shit in high school. God damn it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
hey,
that's
let me
where we at. A coach with it. Oh, go ahead, Pop. Go ahead.
Q, check this out. Who reminds you of this? Who is a good talker and don't never seem to be under pressure when they first started. When they first came to Carolina Panthers, they worked
Come
two
on,
different
Stanley.
jobs.
Oh,
Mm-mm. Bryce came in. He a good talker, ain't he?
He
oh
a
yeah,
great
yeah,
talker.
yeah, yeah. His
Now,
mom and
now, now,
daddy
now,
coach him up.
right. Thomas Brown, he a good talker too.
But he say a bunch of nothing. Thomas Brown say a bunch of
And,
goddamn nothing.
and so does
He,
Bryce.
yeah.
You
He
take
remind me
Damn
of
Brown
Mike
right.
he
Thomas.
been kissing Bryce
yeah,
ass
I'm
the
just
whole time since he been there.
Yeah. But
mm-hmm.
that's what you.
Yes,
But
he
I
I,
told
has.
y'all
I
that.
told
I
you a
said,
long time ago, he the mole.
yeah. He could be the most. Cause Thomas, like I told y'all before, I think Thomas Brown was one of the ones that wanted Bryce. I think he wanted Bryce just based off of body language back when I seen back in the day. I mean, back around that time. But Thomas Brown could definitely be the mold. You know what I'm saying? He could be him or Tabor. It's either him or Tabor. I tell you that.
You know what? I remember you saying that Thomas Brown didn't seem like he was that enamored by CJ, but the rest of them was hugging all up on the boy like they just seen they
Yeah,
son hit a
yeah,
home run and shit.
yeah. Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown wasn't up in CJ face. Thomas Brown just came, dapped him up, turned his back, and walked away, walked off on him. And I was like, damn, Thomas Brown don't seem like he feeling CJ like that. You know what I'm saying? But he was more in Bryce face than he was goddamn CJ face when I watched that shit.
Yeah, I agree. So the number one thing is who stands to lose more between these coaches? Because like I said, this is unheard of. When have you ever heard a coach texting the goddamn owner in the middle of the damn night? Hey, we got an issue right here. Hey, we got a problem. You got to come fix this because I don't went to Frank. Frank ain't listening. Frank ain't listening. So I got to come straight to you. When have you ever heard shit like this, bro?
An assistant coach and a
Well,
GM,
well,
not the head coach and the GM. An assistant coach and a GM.
well.
Majority of
Y'all know what? That don't sound like a special team. A special teams coach wouldn't be worried about that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
I don't think
somebody
it's
that's
Tabor.
yeah.
I don't
It
think it's
can't be
Tabor.
Tabor. It's somebody in that offensive room that obviously for them to say Frank ain't listening to me, goddamn it, that got to be somebody in the offensive room. So it got hell. Who could it be other than Thomas Brown?
And I mean, I'm with Frank on that shit, man. You cannot change Bryce Young footwork in that damn offseason. Not in this
Fuck,
offseason. Here, you can't do it. It's too fucking
fuck
late.
no. No, you
It's
can't
too
change his
late.
goddamn footwork.
Hey, Q. I'm gonna throw you another nugget. Remember that time we listened to Thomas Brown press conference? He been cool this whole time until that one press conference, and you was like, "Dang, he about to be fired." I said, "Nope." Any
Oh,
man
you
come
talking
out
about the
talking
one
like
where they
that?
took yeah,
Well,
when they took the shit back?
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they took the shit back,
Ooh.
he was pissed off.
I'm telling you, it's him.
Hey, popping. But what was the report though? They kept saying the coach is scared to speak up. That motherfucker damn sure ain't had no problem saying what the fuck he wanted to say at that damn press conference. He said that shit with his damn chest. So I feel like
He
he
said he
already
damn
knew.
sure. Yep.
He knew
Yep.
what
He damn sure
the
said it
fuck
with his
was coming.
chest.
Leo,
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Peace.
Leo, who's the
Peace.
mole, Leo?
Man, you know what, brother? Thank you for the opportunity. I hope everyone's doing fine. Um, Here's my position on it. Just hear me out, gentlemen, because some of you individuals are going to vehemently disagree with my opinion. But just hear me out, though. Just hear me out, please. The
Y'all give him a
owner,
second. Give him a second.
it's probably going to take less than a minute. The owner, he did a press conference on the 31st of January, in which it's on Twitter. You can listen to him explain how he wants to shake up things in the NFL ownership realm by doing away with the good old boys club. So
Yeah, I remember
he's
that. I remember that.
yeah. So check it out. So he explicitly said that he wanted to hire individuals that represented a certain, demographic. He went out his way to do these things by hiring, um, people of color on the staff, X, Y, and Z. He mentioned his race in regards to that, and he wanted to do away with that, as far as the Good Old Boys Network. So we moved to the modern times when the Athletic mentioned that, you know, the coaching staff being put together by the owner, not the coach, because Frank Wright had his own individuals, but the owner made it his business for to tell Frank Wright who to hire. So when when a person knows that the person that's supposed to be in charge is not in charge, then they feel emboldened by the person who's really in charge to report back to them. It's just like if you're at a job and you know your manager supervisor is henpecked by the manager, the general manager or the owner. If you got a
Uh-huh.
problem with the manager and you're buddy buddy with the owner
Yeah.
and the owner
You know
brought
who
you
running the
on,
show.
you know who's running the show. So I say that to
Hmm.
say that the players, well, no, the certain individuals on the coaching staff that were put there by the owner, not the coach, who was emboldened and armed with the ability and felt like they can go behind the coach's back. And I firmly believe it was either Thomas Brown or well, it's not Deuce because Deuce got fired. So we can conclude, we can't conclude, but we can just assume that it was Thomas Brown. But it's unfortunate that the coach was put in that position, and it's a damn shame that that we have a stool. We had there's a stoolie on the coaching staff. So that's really unfortunate. So that's my position on the matter.
Mm.
Damn. Listen here,
Mm.
fellas. Just like Leo just said, if you sit there and y'all have been in, I know everybody's been in it before. When you sitting there at a place where you working at and management is weak or the pecking order is not the way it's supposed to be, because you supposed to go to somebody you supposed to get shut down. The first thing they supposed to say, hey, did you go to Frank with this?
Hmm.
When you come to me and I'm above Frank, I'm gonna ask you, did you go to Frank with this?
Exactly. That's the
Uh,
protocol, brother. That's the
no,
Protocol.
no, no,
protocol.
no,
Proper protocol.
chain of command, all
Hmm.
day. And you
Hmm.
start talking, hey, look here, man, don't call me no more. You need to call him and then tell him to call me, or we all sit down and have a meeting together. That's the way that shit's supposed to go. David Tepper has no business coming down anytime to talk about Bryce Young's footwork. He's not no coach. He's the owner. And that's the one reason why now you got David Tepper Maryland, David Tepper having weekly meetings and shit like that. That's why you got the clown show because somebody steady calling him, telling him, hey boss, this ain't right. Hey boss, Frank doing this. Hey boss, Frank messing like this. Hey boss, such and such this. I
Hmm.
got to come down and see what the hell going on.
The hay
I'm getting
boss.
too many calls.
Yeah, the hay boss stuff. And the thing
Yeah,
about it is, Tepper's such a idiot that he even entertained it. But he put these people in place for a reason. And even when he entertained the first text or the first conversation about what was
thank
going
you,
on,
Leo.
then that
Thank
lets you know that he's a disingenuous person. And that's sad because the person who went behind his back, they have no character, no morals at all. Because if you gonna, I mean, why you? That's well, that's a stoolie right there. That's a stoolie, and it's really unfortunate. They should be ashamed of themselves. I put it like that.
you. Backstabber. That's all they is, a backstabber.
Yeah.
Fucking backstabber. A rat, a mole. Put supposedly they
Yeah.
put Steve Wilkes in that position. Next thing you know, he's interim head coach, vying for the job as the head coach. Now they put somebody else in there to get everybody else to fuck up out of
So so
Hunger
so go.
game type environment.
So go. Should we blame the coaches that keep putting him in that damn environment, or should we blame Tepper ass for every time a coach call? Oh, I gotta go run and see what's going on.
You got to blame him. It starts at the top, Q.
Mm,
Shit roll downhill.
this is wild, bro.
Yeah, but the
This
thing
is
about it is, the owner is the type. What type of person would want that? You know, and he's to blame. But then you got to go back to the person that he. But see, you hire who you know. You know, at a job, they know who to hire. They know who they could test with certain things.
No, he hired you to be a rat. Leo, you's a rat.
Exactly.
Hired you to be a rat. You
And but
just
look,
doing your job.
Kendall, a conversation had to be had with the rat by the owner to feel comfortable enough to go back and tell. Because Kendall, if I don't know at a job, we know the chain of command. if you go above the supervisor or manager's head and go to the boss, the manager show the boss man show gonna tell the manager, so the manager gonna punish your ass by giving you 2 days, 3 days, no days, no loads. X one. You there's gonna be some retribution, but the owner already assured the mole that you ain't gotta worry about it. I got your back, so you can feel empowered to come to me as opposed to coming to your head of the department. That's really sad.
Happens all the time, Leo.
Yeah, yeah,
Happens
yeah,
all the time.
but Cadell, in professional sports, I never heard of it before in my life. I never heard of it. I never heard of a situation like this. Never. And then for him to feel compelled to converse with it with a reporter, you wanted it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Hey, it's a laughing stock of the league.
That's
Laughing
why.
stock.
That's
That's why we are.
that's my thing. I want to know. I want to know who the hell was spilling all the beans to the reporter. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice to know.
Well, you'll know once everybody get fired, bro. Give it a couple of months. Give it till about
Uh,
April.
Right there
Yeah,
around the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Before.
all right.
I'm
Good
I'm wait
afternoon,
I'm
guys.
who that's
What's
Wiley.
going on, Wiley? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Wiley, go
yeah.
ahead and get on your cash out. Wiley, go ahead and get on your cash
All right. Hey, but cash out.
out.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, well, y'all keep talking about the one person. Remember that athletic article said it was 20 something people. 20
Yeah, yeah,
players
yeah.
too.
22. Yeah, you're
Players
right. You're
also.
right.
So it's an infection. We didn't. Here's the funky part. We had one person last year, two people getting an argument last year. That was Snow and that was and
Steve
Wilkes.
Wilkes.
Wilkes, right?
Steve Wilkes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
all this decay that we talking about now wasn't there last year with Wilkes. Wilkes gutted it, and everything was running properly. What he do? The owner comes in there, bring a whole bunch of people from all over the place, never have no kinship to one another.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing they got kinship to is him. You know what I'm saying? So he created the monster. Then he took a couple probably or maybe more, and empowered him as an open door policy to him. And yeah, he created this. We didn't have this with Jerry when Jerry was the owner. We did. This is the first time, you know, because we had it last year a little bit with Wilkes. Cause why? He probably empowered Wilkes the same way.
But
And
see, the
now we
thing
got
about it,
even more.
wow,
Go ahead.
they,
Man, come on.
but wow, the thing about it, well, I'm gonna just say this though, and like I said, people not gonna like this, but you see, you got to have some type of principle about yourself as a man to even not want to do that, and it's ridiculous that the man, it's sad, but the owner, he emboldened
Yeah,
these people to do that, and they
yeah.
fall hook, line, and sinker for it, thinking they gonna get some brownie points by buddying up with the damn owner, who don't mean you no damn good.
So,
Uh-huh.
all right.
Yeah, yeah. You're right, Leo. But in reality, I don't know you. I just got how to do this job. The owner told me X, Y, and Z about you, right? I said in my mind, hey, Leo is X, Y, and Z also. So it's kind of it ain't 100% what the owner said, but I got my eye on you. It don't take much,
Yeah, yeah, I don't think much.
especially when it don't. You know what I mean? Because I have no kinship to you, other than other than my beliefs and values that you don't do that.
Yeah,
That's the only thing holding me back. You know what
but when
Well,
you,
you got to look at this too, though, Wiley.
I'm saying?
Everybody's on that staff was so-called aspiring to move up.
Correct.
They aspiring to be head
Yeah.
coaches, coordinators,
Yeah.
whatever, what have you, right?
Yeah. You can't
That's
have a
a
So
whole bunch
fact.
of that.
so
That's a
Hunger
fact.
Games type of environment, Hunger Games type of environment, somebody is in my way. If you look at
Exactly.
somebody is in, if you look at every position, somebody else is in my way. Hunger Games type environment, right?
Go.
Like you said,
Yeah.
none of
Go.
these motherfuckers have a Game of Thrones kinship. You understand? We got to put that in
Well,
there too. Nobody
Yeah.
has a
well,
kinship to nobody.
well, I wouldn't say
Go
that
ahead.
on the defensive side. On the defensive side, Evero brung his guys in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
But
He
you
brung
talking
his.
about, but see that you ain't getting that. We talking
You're
about
not
on
getting that.
offensive side
Yep.
of the
Yeah,
ball.
the article
I know,
Everybody
I know,
specifically
talking
but I'm
about
saying
said the
right
It's
offensive
all
side.
on
offensive.
the offensive side of the
It's
ball.
all
All
offensive.
offensive.
I know
On Wiley.
I got you. But what I'm trying to say is when they talk about who's talking, we can almost take the defense out of it
Take
because
it
they
out of
do
it.
have
Yeah,
kinship. They got
yeah,
kinship to one another. So we can start eliminating some of this. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
can kind of do some analysis and going, okay,
Well,
these
we
guys
we
work
only
together.
looking at
Majority of
them
them,
guys, Wiley.
yeah. But
Like
we say when we say
McCown,
coaches, though, yeah. Oh, it's only McCown. Okay.
Staley, Campen,
So,
Parks Frazier, Jim Caldwell. That's who this is all about right here. Offensively, that side of the ball.
John
I don't think
Jefferson.
Evero got any dysfunction on his side.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're right. That's why they're working. They can switch players out, and certain guys are coach. I mean, it's working good on
Hmm
defense.
It's
No matter
cohesive.
And they keep
It's very
and they keep
cohesive.
they
yeah,
keep the ship afloat on the defense side of the ball.
yeah, yeah.
But see, this is the owner's doing on the offensive side. The owner brought these people
Because of
in.
Bryce. Because
But
you
can
know
I
what
ask
though,
you a
I think.
question?
Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Wiley. But I think you just built a great case of why Jero Evero probably could be named. Do you think he had made a case for himself in the midst of all this dysfunction? He has kept things afloat. He has kept things
Hmm.
moving. You think this guy deserves to have a nod at head coach?
Yeah, somewhere because he's proven that I can do more with less. Because a lot of guys do great with a lot of talent, but the last two
Mm-hmm.
years they have cut his talent. Like when Denver was trying to reset and whatnot, so they cut his talent. Here, he was cut talent because of injury, but yet he made the best out of each situation. And there's no letdown. Of course, there's a talent gap where you got problems with not being able to stop the run or a talent gap, and like at Denver, sometimes not being able to cover the passing because of the deficiency at linebacker. But I'm just saying is from a motivation, getting guys ready, you can't ask for more. I mean, whether we
No.
take him or not, somebody gonna give him an opportunity.
Yeah,
Well, he's been,
yeah.
he was on the short list anyway. He was on the short list. He been on the short
Mm-hmm.
list. So I mean, he don't have to worry about that. He's been a coaching candidate. He's been going on. He went on two head coaching jobs, which was here and somewhere else, but all of them was looking for offensive minded. Which go, but so he wasn't gonna get the
Mm-hmm.
shape that's been a first year coordinator. So that was one of the things with Ben Johnson. See, everybody keep hollering Ben Johnson, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson went back to. That's why I keep saying everybody keep. Now y'all go look it up. People think Ben did not come here. Ben got a phone call. See, that's why I keep telling y'all. Tepper sat there and had 12 candidates to be interviewed. That was overload. That was too much for that little bit of time. Because he only
Mm-hmm.
had a week and a half to get somebody to fuck in here. You see what I'm saying? And he
Mm-hmm.
goes to get 12 candidates. So that's why you had scheduling mix-ups and all kind of shit like that. Ben Johnson took interview over the phone. He was supposed to come back for the and which would have been what people thinking the second interview, but it was actually the first interview. And then
Face
he
to
said,
face,
no,
yeah.
exactly, the first face to face. And he said, no, I'm going to stay in Detroit and finish what I started. Then the reports come back and say, he said, I've only been a coordinator 1 year. I want to get a little bit more experience. That's why he's on top
Mm-hmm.
of the list this year. Not that he
Yeah.
refused the job,
Yeah.
that he
Kendall,
thought
I
himself,
disagree.
let me get a little more.
Kendall, I would have to disagree with you on him saying I have just 1 year experience and I'm gonna go back
Well,
because
hold on, before you say what you're saying now, that was reported. That was reported.
That's the
oh,
That ain't
okay,
me
report.
just saying
okay.
it now. That was
That's the
reported. That
report.
ain't just me saying it
Now
now.
we think
See, why you
otherwise, but
always
that's
jump
the
on my
report.
ass though, Leo?
No,
That
no,
was
no,
reported.
no, no. Well, I'm
That
stepping on the. I'm stepping on the report
That's
because
reported.
no,
Go
no.
ahead,
Leo,
Well,
now.
keep
okay.
that nigga in
Well,
line. Keep that
what a
nigga in
report.
line,
Yeah,
Leo.
What a report.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna
Leo.
step on a
yeah,
report
yeah, yeah.
because
I ain't just talking out my ass now. That's reported now. You know what I'm saying? By people that's got more sources than me.
but
Way
look,
more goddamn sources.
well, this reason with me then real quick, brother.
Okay.
Anybody listening, just even the person who wrote that, just reason if they listening. If a if a person, the only reason he didn't leave is because when San Diego, I mean, when the Chargers job become available, Ben Johnson going to break his neck to get over there. The Chargers job was not available last year. The Panthers job was available, but Ben Johnson, in my opinion, no reasonable person is going to stay in a position when you're offered an opportunity to, you know, move up the ladder for twice as much. You know, nobody's going to be, you know, doubtful about their own abilities. The Panthers does not have anything in place for Ben Johnson to succeed. You
Thank
know,
you. No
so
quarterback.
no
And it
quarterback,
looked
no
way
nothing.
brighter in Detroit with Jared Goff and them boys versus what you
Exactly.
had here in Carolina. You hit. Go ahead, Leo.
And think about it. If the Chargers job was available like it should have been last year, I fully believe Ben Johnson would have took his first year ass over to the Chargers to
Yeah,
coach
he would have.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he would have.
So when
Why
when
you
the
would turn
person
down no
say
top
that,
10 quarterback?
they not turn that down. So when the person wrote their article says that Ben Johnson said, "I'm gonna go back to where I was working in the mailroom," as opposed to coming out front and dealing with the customers personally, getting twice as much
Yeah.
money. That
He
flies in the face of
evaluated
logic
this
and reason.
team. He evaluated this team, Leo, and said, I can't win with this shit. Ain't no need for me to
Exactly.
make
Yep.
myself look bad. Ain't no need.
That's gonna set me back.
Hold up
That's
now.
gonna set me back.
I'm gonna put a gap in y'all. I'm gonna put a gap in y'all thinking. We didn't have Bryce by then. At that time, we didn't have Bryce.
We
Got to
didn't have any
What
understand.
quarter.
I
We
tell you,
didn't have any
David Tepper
quarterback.
was telling all them boys, hey, I'm taking Bryce. Hey, I'm taking Bryce. He doesn't say, hey, can you work with Bryce? Why you think the
Nope.
man say, nah, fuck it, I'll stay in Detroit?
I ain't
He
doing
could have
that.
told him. He could have told him something like that. But y'all got to think again now. What y'all saying? He didn't have Bryce Young at that time. When he was doing these interviews, this was right here. This was late January now, 1st of February.
But hey, go.
Frank got
But
hired.
go.
Frank got hired. Hold. I'm giving you timeline though. While I'm giving you timeline before you start digging. Frank got hired January 28th, 26, 28, something like that. So we didn't have Bryce at that time.
When was the Super Bowl?
We didn't even have the number 1 pick at that time.
Super Bowl was
When was the
February,
Super Bowl?
the second week of February, top of February. It's like the
February
10th
12th.
or the
February
12th.
12th. February
Mm-hmm.
12th.
Yeah. So, what you think the owner when he was talking to this guy, and he know he wanted Bryce from the year before, right, or 2 years ago? He
Mm-hmm.
gonna probably test him. Which one of these quarterbacks would you likely
He
choose?
might he might have asked him that. I like Bryce Young. Yeah.
I don't think that's an unreasonable answer. He may not say you got to choose Bryce, but he probably asked him which one would you likely choose. And if I was a smart
Ooh,
guy, I would have said which one
CJ
that you
Stroud.
think is more appropriate. Which one you think is good for the team. Blah blah. Just a conversation to measure, check
Yeah,
him
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
And you know he couldn't hold himself. He can hold water. You know he gonna say
Yeah.
Bryce. He can't hold water.
Okay.
You know.
But like that, man. Y'all now I'm just getting y'all to put your thinking caps on. At that
Mm-hmm.
time when
Mhm.
he was doing the coaching search, we didn't have the number 1 pick. We was at 9, and we didn't have Bryce. So you can't put
It
them
was a
in the
Yep.
less
factors
attractive
there.
job.
Yeah.
Kendall, we had no
Yeah.
quarterback because
No, yeah,
Sam
yeah,
was a
we
free
didn't have no
agent.
quarterback. Yeah, we
Sam
didn't have no
gone.
quarterback.
Andy. We had to end it out.
No, Andy went on the team. They got Andy.
No, we
Andy,
wasn't in free agency yet.
But
yeah. So we had
Oh
no
wow.
quarterback.
He could have.
Free
You're
agency
right.
came
He could have
after
chose.
the
He could have chose his.
draft,
So
right before the
it,
draft.
No.
it,
Right before the draft. Right before the
It was right
draft.
yeah,
before.
so
free agency
we
started
had no
before.
quarterback. And if he asked Ben Johnson what would be your plan going forward, and Ben Johnson told him his plan, and then we would assume we are assuming that David Tepper said, well, this is who I want as a quarterback, you know.
And you working
Then
with that?
Ben Johnson said, let me go back to the mailroom as opposed to coming out front.
God, dog. Boy,
Ben
that is
Johnson said
ugly.
he ain't fucking
Nah,
his
I can't.
reputation up
I
for
ain't
that
doing it.
Exactly,
I
boy.
ain't doing it.
exactly.
I ain't
Because I
doing
already
it.
got an
I ain't doing it.
established already quarterback. And like I
Yep.
say, the Chargers coaching job was not available.
And think
So
about it, Leo.
And that
I'm top 5 in the actual NFL with Jared Goff. Now people
mhm,
had done right
yep.
Jared Goff off.
they wrote
Wrote
him
him
off.
off.
Yep. 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 Yeah. True statement. And you're
So
right. And the only thing he could do by coming here dealing with possibly Bryce was mess his opportunity up. But if he goes somewhere with like Herbert or say even Chicago and you get to choose your whole thing, your quarterback, your receiver, and
Yeah.
all the other stuff,
The
you
worst you
got an
could do is
opportunity.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, well, but you got opportunity though to, you know what I'm saying? You got way more
Well, what I
opportunity
believe
other
was
places.
Wiley, he still had that here because at that time, if you look
Mm-mm.
at the timeline, he was picking at 9, and you could have still picked your quarterback or whatever. Because, like y'all said, we had no quarterback at that time.
Yeah, but
but Kendall at
then
9, there
I'm
were
just
no
saying.
viable options at 9 though.
Yeah, but
Well,
Yes,
even
it
if the owner
was.
say I'm
Will
gonna trade up,
Levis. We could have shut the fuck up and took Will
yeah,
Levis or Hendon Hooker or any one of them guys.
yeah,
What's that dude in Minnesota right now?
yeah,
We could have took any one of them
Dobbs,
guys.
Dobbs wasn't
yeah.
not
even
Dobbs.
at that
Ben
time.
Johnson was not sold on either one of those guys, quite possibly.
You right. You probably right, Leo. But if the owner even said he wanted to trade up, right? Trade up, which they said they possibly bring that up.
I can't
I
believe
think
that though. Sorry,
was
Wiley.
that.
I can't believe that
Mm-hmm.
the owner, because he turned around and took Hendon Hooker in Detroit. He was sold on Hendon Hooker. That's who he took
No, no, no. I'm
behind
saying
Jared Goff. Now
no.
is what I'm telling Leo. I
Yeah,
ain't talking.
I
I
know,
ain't, I
but
ain't saying that for you.
oh yeah,
No,
okay,
but he was a
got
second
it, got
round
it.
pick. We had a
But
first round pick.
But what I'm saying is, if Hendon Hooker was his guy,
It wasn't his guy. You not taking that can't be a guy in the first round pick. Hendon Hooker is not a first round talent. No, sir.
what I'm saying is if that was his guy, we had a second round pick. We had a bevy of second round picks at the top. You still come in and take your guy if that's your guy. We didn't have to
Nah.
waste a first round pick on Hendon Hooker. Is what I'm saying. You
But
could have
if you
went.
got Ben Johnson's not the head coach nor the general manager, so he has little to no say in that.
But Leo,
correct.
if ultimately he gets the same quarterback, that's who he pulled the trigger on. You say you didn't believe that he believed in those guys. Well, he took that same guy
He
you
didn't
just
put.
say he
So,
didn't believe in.
but
He
Q,
didn't take
the
no
offensive
guy.
coordinator has very little opinion, or I don't. Well, you never know, but I don't think the offensive coordinator had any point in drafting Hendon Hooker for the
Nah,
Lions.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They probably no, no. He probably had a thing saying, "Is he good? Can he fulfill the offensive thing?" But he's a second round pick. He's not a first round pick, and you're
I,
not betting your career on that. You
The Q,
said,
you
"Can he
wouldn't
be
do that
serviceable
exactly.
backup?"
Nah,
so
Yeah,
nah.
serviceable
you don't
backup.
think the Panthers went to Thomas Brown and say, "Hey, who do you like out this draft?" And Thomas Brown said, "Oh, I love Bryce." You don't think
Oh yeah,
Campbell
yeah.
went to Ben Johnson and say, "Who gives us the best chance? If Jared Goff
If
get
golf
hurt,
go
who you
down.
think we should take at
Yeah.
quarterback?" He
It's
gonna say,
quite
"Yeah,
He
I
already
like
told.
Henry Hooker because his skill set."
it's quite possible, but we're thinking that if Ben Johnson was the head coach for the Panthers, Ben Johnson in no way on earth would he take Hendon Hooker at number 9. I I think no
No, no, no.
way in
I
the
wasn't
world he
saying
would do
because
that.
you remember what I'm saying, Leo, is we had 2 second round picks, we had 2 third round picks, we had a fucking bevy of picks. We didn't have to take that nigga now. We could have went Jalen Carter. We could have went and got him a fucking special. We could have got an outside linebacker. We could have went and got Jack Campbell. We could have did anything with that number 9 pick.
Jack Campbell, nah, you can't. It's
Don't do
quarterback or
that
nothing for the
because
Panthers.
that
Jack
same
Campbell,
team in Detroit took that same nigga at 20.
Hmm.
oh Jack
Y'all
Campbell,
got, cause y'all got to
no Jack
realize
Campbell,
at that
Jack
time,
Campbell didn't get drafted that high.
yeah,
Draft
yes, he did
Cam-
first
First
Jack
round.
round.
Campbell
He went
got
first
drafted at
First
round.
round.
20
First
to
round.
the
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
First
They took
round, Bubba.
Jameer Gibbs. They took Jameer Gibbs and
Now
Jack
they
Campbell
took
in the first
Gibbs
round.
in the
Yeah,
first.
and Jack
Okay,
Campbell.
then,
They had 2 first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
but they drafted Gibbs first.
Yeah, and then Campbell.
And then Jack Campbell at 20.
Yeah, I don't.
But
Yeah, if we stayed at 9, I don't think the Panthers needed a quarterback. And the trade up, it's really unfortunate, man. But I don't think Ben Johnson wanted to deal with David Tepper or know the situation that Panthers had going on. They talking about him now, but I don't see it happening. I don't really see Ben Johnson coming over here if the Chargers coach get fired, which more than likely will
Man,
happen. He
he
gonna
ain't
haul
coming
ass over
over
there.
here.
Nah, it's very
Deuce already
unlikely.
Nah.
told him,
Yeah, that
don't come.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
Deuce,
yeah.
Deuce,
Deuce,
Deuce has been on the
Deuce,
Lions
Deuce.
staff.
I already told him not to come, so you better
He said,
believe.
"Don't you
yeah,
bring your ass over here."
Well, hell, all he gotta do is
exactly.
look. Deuce got fired. Why the fuck would I go
Not
there?
only
You
Deuce
just
got
fired a nigga
fired,
that was working with me.
yeah, that was my friend, and that my possibly
How
mentoring
you know?
me.
How you know
You know
they
what I'm saying?
friends? How you know they friends? Y'all don't know they
Okay,
friends now.
you're right. He was
I don't know
Deuce
that now.
was the
Y'all
assistant
speculating.
head coach.
I know
Watch
Deuce
this.
regret leaving that
Deuce was
motherfucker. I
assistant
know
head
that.
coach, huh?
I said I know Deuce regret leaving that motherfucker. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but Deuce was assistant head coach. So as the assistant head coach, right? That
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
means Deuce, right? Most likely that guy had to run stuff by Deuce. So they had a working
Mm-hmm.
relationship. He's just not like
You
Deuce was
talking
that guy,
about?
that
You
guy.
talking about Ben Johnson?
Ben
Yeah,
Johnson.
Ben
Yeah.
Johnson.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Ben
No, he
they
was
Johnson.
not
both
the
went on.
assistant. He was not. He wasn't the
He was
assistant
the
head
running
coach
backs
in
Yes, he
coach
was.
Detroit.
there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, in
Yeah, he
He
Not
was
in
Detroit.
was.
head
not
coach
not
Yeah, he
and
not
running
was.
in
back
Detroit.
coach.
Not in
He was.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, he
he
Yes, he
was.
was,
was.
coach.
Yes, he
Yes,
Yes,
he
he
was. Yes,
was.
he
was.
was, coach.
He got
Yeah,
the
he was.
same job in
Yeah, he had
Detroit
the
that he had
same
with us.
title. Yep. Yep. He had
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
title
assistant
in
head
Detroit.
coach, running backs coach is what he was in Detroit,
See?
bro.
Yeah.
See?
Oh,
Yeah, he was.
yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that
I didn't
means
think he was
him
assistant
and
head
they
coach.
had to have some kind of working relationship, right? That meant if he gonna ask a question, guess what? He gonna go to Deuce. I know him. I know how he works. We had a decent working relationship. Hey man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Even if they talk and their families got along and they just happen to talk during the season for whatever reason, he gonna see, hey man, my friend acting different. What the hell going on, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
It
right,
don't
Wally.
it don't have to be like people saying like Deuce is go out here trying to be spiteful. It don't have to be nothing like that. It just had to be, hey, look, man, what's going on? This is going on. This is going on. That's it. Just a normal conversation with your, friend, and then boom, waters have been tainted.
Mm-hmm. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. There's over 84, 85, 86 of y'all in here. All of y'all do us a favor and like the video. We talking moles, we talking coaching, we talking about what happened. There's a lot of funky stuff going around in the Panthers organization. So do your part, like the video, and we're gonna keep bringing it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It
So what's
baffles
up?
me, man. But the only thing I get when a man say Hunger Games type environment. So there was a bunch of backstabbing and shit going on in that mother. It was a
Yeah,
fight. There was a
yeah.
fight around
It
that
was a
mother.
fight. It
Yeah.
was a fight for uh who could be next
Well,
or who's
So
it,
gonna
they
tell
went
daddy.
on to say
so Wiley,
Hunger Games type environment. They just didn't say it was
Hmm.
bad around here or people wasn't
what,
agreeing on things.
They
what
say
you
they chopping
knowing that,
heads off around that bitch.
Yeah,
what you
chopping heads.
hearing, what just came out as a prospective coach for this team right here, would you trust David Tepper to come a part of this staff of his? Would you trust him?
No, unless I'm bringing all my people. No,
Hell no.
I gotta be bringing my people that I trust, that I know, and I gotta be building it with the GM
Now,
But
because
yeah,
what
I
if
mean,
you bring your people and Tepper infects one of your people? Like, what if
that'd be
he pull
different.
one of your guys to the side, have him say, hey, come on out to dinner with
that
me,
don't
That
happen.
and
that
then
my
That
he
don't
fault.
happen.
infect that
That don't
motherfucker?
happen. That
That
don't
my
happen.
fault. Then
That
I
don't
picked
happen.
the wrong guy. Then I picked the wrong
Yeah,
guy.
that don't happen.
Mm,
That don't happen. That don't happen. See, when you
okay.
bring, why did Harbaugh tell him? Why did Harbaugh tell him? Why did Harbaugh tell him that? Because
I,
the same
I,
thing happened to Harbaugh in San Francisco. The same
yep.
Correct.
bullshit.
Him and
And he
Yep.
Lynch.
said he's not gonna let it happen again. It ain't gonna happen again. Burn me once. That's how Harbaugh say you ain't gonna get another goddamn chance. You ain't gonna get another chance.
Yeah. He could. You're right. He could. They said
You see
get
what I'm
out.
saying?
You
It
know
be
what I'm saying?
happening in the NFL. The coach gets his own staff. That's the pecking order. I keep telling you, you're not gonna put nobody on my staff. I don't give a fuck if he the water boy.
Yep. Yep.
I
You
chose the
right.
So
water boy at this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
so fellas, we got coaches texting the GM. Why didn't Scott Fitterer take that shit into his own hands instead of bothering David Tepper?
Him and Frank ain't tight. Frank ain't his guy. Tepper
No,
chose
Frank ain't
Frank.
his guy. Yeah,
He
Damn.
don't give a fuck about Frank. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's why I keep telling y'all about the pecking order. The
God
pecking order's
forbid.
fucked up. That's why we ain't gonna never win. Fuck, never win.
Everybody, hey, there was one central person that spoke in the wheel, right? The center part of the
hmm
wheel, Tepper. There was no distance between him and normally it should be the spoke of the wheel, right? Should be the GM,
hmm
right? And everybody go from there. No, the spoke of the wheel is Tepper. The GM is just one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? He
But
just one of the
Wiley,
guys.
somebody lying though, Wiley, because remember what they told us? Everybody said they came here because of Frank, and they trusted Frank, and they believed in Frank, and Frank was the reason for making this happen. Even Thomas Brown said Frank
Mm-hmm.
was the reason why I came here. And then they asked him and said, "Well, how much did you talk to Frank before this?" "Oh, nothing. We never spoke." What?
Yeah, pony
Yeah,
talk.
well, you
Pony
gotta think
talk.
like this. You gotta think like this. So Frank had a relationship with uh Dom, right? Capers. That's how
That's it.
Evero knew him, right? That's how Evero. So Evero him could talk. Dom probably said to Evero, he's a decent guy. I coached with him, blah blah blah. I coached him, right? And I worked with
hmm
him before, right? After coaching him as a player, and we got a good decent relationship. They talk, okay, I can work with the guy, right?
hmm
I came because now making him. You didn't say you came because of Dom's relationship with him. I'm coming because of Frank, right? I trust Frank. And the same thing with Thomas. Thomas has other people that Frank worked with before. So again, 1 degree of separation. I came because of Frank. That's all. If you look at most of those guys, got 1 degree of separation from Frank. Somebody they knew, they trusted, they gave him advice. And I bet you some of those guys are pissed off at their friend now.
hmm
They mad as fire. That relationship is on rocky ground. Still rocky ground. Can't believe you made
Oh
me
my
work with
God.
this guy. Hey, once you mess your
Y'all
relationship
know
up,
why? Y'all
yeah.
know why? Now, this is just me. I'm just saying this. I bet you if we go do the research on the last first round bust, you know what I'm saying? I bet you they had this
hmm
same bullshit going on. Quarterback first round bust, big level bust. Like when Russell was over there. When everybody want to talk about Jamarcus Russell. The
I don't
Raiders
think he
was
was
in
the last.
disarray
He
just
wasn't the
like this.
last first round
But
bust though.
No, but no, he talking
I ain't
about
I
said the
just
think.
last,
functions.
but I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying. Q, the Raiders was
Yeah.
in disarray just like this. The organization
hmm
at the top was just like this.
Cleveland,
The mother
Cleveland when
Al
Cleveland got all
Davis,
those quarterbacks.
yeah,
Think
yeah,
about it.
all them
Sam
motherfuckers,
Bradford. Then you got
yeah,
Mark Sanchez, quarterbacks like
All,
that. I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
Lord have mercy.
disarray,
Josh
yeah.
disarray.
Josh Rosen when Wilkes was there.
Rosen.
Every single
Yeah,
one of
Oh
yeah.
those
yeah.
Look at Rose. Look at Rose.
organizations have
Look at Rose.
disarray.
Disarray. The coach, they brought in a new coach and all that shit, and the GM, none of them, Cliff Kingsbury, gone the damn game. See what I'm
Yep.
saying?
hmm
All that shit, y'all.
Hmm.
Same
You're right.
bullshit because of the quarterback position.
If you
Yeah.
don't get that quarterback position right, your team is going to be
Your
in
days
dysfunction.
your days
Yeah.
is number two.
Yes, sir.
That's well,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
fact.
You right. Oh Jesus, you right. And
This
here's the
is
messed
how
up part.
important it is. Go ahead, Wiley.
I was sitting there listening to his last press conference, right? And I was thinking to myself, all this stuff that's going on. I was like, this guy, he, he is very comfortable. Well, I'm talking about Bryce. He's very comfortable in that ain't shit gonna happen to him.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be benched. He's gonna learn. We here for him. I don't know a rookie that's ever been that damn comfortable.
He got more power than the average rookie. I'll tell you that.
That
Shit,
joker's
That's it.
comfortable, boy.
that's
He
that's that's
comfortable.
that's that's Temple stepson, man. What are y'all talking
Yeah.
about?
He comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm trying
This
to
is
tell
some
y'all.
wild shit when you got the quarterback, the rookie quarterback running the goddamn franchise. But that's what he doing basically. They'll get
They
rid of a
trying to
coach
do it.
before they bench his ass.
That's some
Now,
wild shit.
when all the
Yeah,
shit come down, guess what the common denominator was again? Bryce Young.
Bryce
Yeah,
Young.
Bad,
yeah,
bad feet
yeah.
work. He told him to wear the wristband. It took all them weeks before he put the wristband on, and then they
Yeah,
want to bench his ass in week 5 or 6. You
Well,
see
yeah.
what I'm
well,
saying?
well, well, go. Now we
Twist the
got
balance.
Wiley here. Let's ask the question again that we asked earlier. Because how do you go from all the coaches being on one accord week 5, saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we want to bench him, until all the coaches going behind each other back, texting the owner, texting this person, texting Scott Fitterer,
Oh,
meeting up behind each other back? How do you go from being on one accord there to everybody in 5, 6 different directions
huh,
by week 11?
huh. I think. Well, let's go one by one there, right? So if you look
Okay.
at the quarterback coach, right? The
Yes,
quarterback
sir.
coach is probably getting pressure from uh, either Thomas or Frank, probably Frank. Why you can't get through to this guy, right? And they're having their, rumblings together because both of them are quarterbacks. Both of them know what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do to get the result. But they're not getting the result, so they're having a discussion. One of those things why both of those guys are gone. They probably don't want to accord, so they're together. I'm gonna lump them two together.
Well, can I stop you
Go
right
ahead.
there for a second, Wiley?
Go
Because
ahead.
I read this off starting the show. There was a report that a distinct coach called and told Tepper that the reasoning for Young's lack of success is his footwork, and it's causing the offensive line to look horrendous. It's causing the offensive line to look bad. So remember, yesterday or 2 days ago, I think I did a pre-record on it where I talked about okay the dysfunction that's going on and Tepper coming down telling the coaches, hey, it's his footwork. You got to work on this. Well, now I said it then. I said he was on one accord, and the funny thing is he was Tepper was on. His assessment was correct. I can't be mad at his assessment because we looking at Bryce throwing off his tippy toes. So the fact of the matter is, Tepper was right. He was told directly by a coach. Which coach stands the most to tell Tepper about footwork? Or which coach you know is going to assess Bryce that well, unless it's somebody that worked directly
The
with
quarterback
Bryce?
coach. The quarterback coach.
Now,
Hey,
I
I see
said the
what you feed.
quarterback coach.
You feeding me, but you're right. There's no doubt on that one.
Now, Gold
Uh,
said Camping might be the guy.
But
Hampton.
see, why now I'm gonna put some
Go ahead.
salt on that. Wally. Now, why would the quarterback coach call Tepper to
When he the
tell
one,
him I can't
that's his
I can't
job.
fix the nigga?
Well,
That's
think
my
about it.
job to fix it.
Think about
That's
it.
Yeah,
his
that's
You
his
go,
job.
job. Yeah.
but think about it.
Yeah.
You go to Thomas Brown and you say, "Hey, Bryce is not his footwork ain't looking good." Thomas Brown is all Bryce, 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 Bryce. He don't want to hear nothing negative about Bryce Young. He doesn't tell him, "Hey, I believe in this guy. I done wrap my arm around this guy in front of the media. I don't want to hear that
So is
shit."
Tepper. So is Tepper. Tepper don't want to hear
Well,
that shit neither.
think about it. Frank don't want to hear it. Thomas Brown don't want to hear it. So I go over their head and I go to Scott Fitterer and say, "Hey, we got to talk to Tepper." And then,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
say, this is how this shit goes like this. These
That's how it
niggas are
makes
going
sense.
over each other.
hmm That makes sense because the environment was set where they could not. Remember in the article. Remember the article said certain coaches said
Oh,
they didn't feel like they were heard.
oh shit.
Let's tie this thing together. See, but hey,
Oh,
there you go.
damn, Wiley.
There you go. Remember
Oh, I
that
didn't think
article.
about that part.
hmm
Go, what you guys say
See,
about that?
But if I just don't see it being McCowan because that's my job. Now I'm telling motherfucker I can't do my job. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
guess what?
Yeah.
Guess
I
what?
agree with
He
I
said
agree with Goat
something.
on that.
He said something negative about Bryce, and his ass is out the door. That's what. Look, that's the effect from him coming to Tepper. He said, "Okay, yeah, this boy footwork horrible. Okay, but damn it, I don't want to hear it. Fuck." That's what Tepper was saying when he was down there yelling, "Fuck, fuck, fuck." He told me his footwork. Fuck.
yeah.
What by that
That's what
time,
he was
see,
on.
Frank could have Frank by the Tennessee game, Frank was already bucking back. That's something Frank
Yeah.
hadn't been doing, you know what I'm
But
saying,
the
since
owner
Frank
had
was
tell
bucking.
him you got 2 weeks to fix this nigga footwork.
I
He done
by
come
that
down and
time,
tell him.
Frank had done talked to Diana Rosini and told her, yo, this is my last hurrah. I'm not doing shit else after this. I'm going to fuck on home with my old
I'm
lady.
done.
I don't give
I'm
a
done.
damn about what's
I'm
going
done.
on. I'm done. This shit here don't work out. I'm done. So when you come down there in Tennessee, and here come his ass. What, man? I ain't got time. What? The nigga suck.
But, but
I
hey,
ain't got
hey,
time.
hey, 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 hold on a
With
second. Go, go. You
Frank
may be
Bucket now.
right.
Frank Bucket. Frank Bucket. Frank don't want to
Hey,
hear
hey,
nobody. Nothing. Shit. Frank Bucket.
hey.
Frank said he going down
Well,
That's why
swinging.
David. That's why
yeah.
Temple come out there talking about fuck.
No,
Well,
look,
He
listen.
got
look.
he
You
finally
gotta
got the pushback.
understand. You gotta understand. Coaches are coming to the owner. They're going over the GM, over the head coach, over the offensive coordinator, assistant coaches
Now,
now. Assistant coaches. That's what's being
now,
reported.
now,
Yeah.
I think. I just thought about this. I think who has the most to gain in this was Thomas,
Yeah,
because
he did.
because check it out. He had the most to gain for
Hmm.
this reason, and I believe this is so because he can say Josh is unable to get through to him. That's why his footwork is still bad. Frank can't get through to him with Josh. That's why his footwork is still bad. Thomas and Jim Caldwell are there together. Jim Caldwell said, "I can fix it, and I
I
can
can
help
fix it.
Thomas, and I can assist
That's why
Thomas."
they
You
still
think
here.
them two niggas got on the same page and said, "Let's get this nigga up out of here"?
Owner
Hey,
game,
Oh my
hey,
god.
hey,
owner game,
that makes
an
logical sense.
alliance.
That
Oh
makes
my
They
logical
formed
sense.
an
god.
alliance. We formed an
This shit is
alliance.
crazy, bro.
That- who's
Go
left
back.
standing? Look who's
Yeah.
hands in the cookie jar. Remember,
Hey,
you always
Thomas
see a
Brown
thief
and
by
Jim
what?
Caldwell.
Hand in the cookie jar. Come
look.
on now.
When Frank took that play calling from Thomas Brown, that boy was big man. Big man.
Yeah, he
Big
was.
man. Right? Because Frank just went up there and said, look, if I'm going down swinging. I'm going down on my own accord. That's why he took the play
Mhm.
calling back. It's going to be me and mine. That's when Frank started getting hard headed. I don't want to hear that shit no more. What you talking about, Dave? I don't want to hear it.
Well, because you know what fucked him was when we went up
Talking to me,
against the
goddamn.
Bears and we only had 200 yards of total goddamn offense under Thomas Brown play calling. And I said, what the hell is this shit here? 200 total yards. We couldn't get nothing on the ground nor through the air.
Yeah, because who you think told Frank to give motherfucker Thomas Brown the motherfucking play calling? Who think told it?
Oh, he
Tell.
daddy. He
It
daddy.
wouldn't temper. It wouldn't
Yeah,
temper.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Excuse me.
Shit, who was it then,
It
Excuse
right?
me.
was he daddy. It was he
Not
daddy.
bad. My bad. It wasn't. What's his name? Fitterer. Excuse me.
It wasn't
Fitterer.
Scott. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
tell.
it went Scott. It went Scott. It would tap.
Real. Make this shit make sense, man. They got talkings coming out where the goddamn coaches are going behind each other back, texting Tepper in the middle of the goddamn night, telling him that this shit, that Bryce is the cause of this shit, and they basically said that number one, Bryce footwork is fucking up for everybody. His footwork got us all, the offensive line, looking completely bad. Now be mindful, they were saying that the offensive alignment is struggling because of the zone schemes that were created by Thomas Brown. It's a fucking mess, real. Make sense of this shit.
My fault. My fault. What's up? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
On it.
I don't wipe my feet off and everything like that.
Yes, up.
So it makes a lot of sense because hold on, I'm multitasking. Um, Frank didn't hire his own staff per se. Frank basically, like we talked about previously before, he's like, oh, I can hire this person, this person, this person, sharp out. He didn't hire anybody that's loyal to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see what the whole Jim Caldwell situation, everything like that. So those boys don't owe no loyalty towards Frank
None.
Oh man.
at all
None.
whatsoever. That ain't his. That's not his
Frank gave them
staff.
opportunity. He blow breath into their body. He said, nigga, I want y'all with me.
It wasn't
Um,
like that.
But hold up,
It wasn't
hey,
like
he does have some loyalty with Jim. Remember that Jim gave Frank his first job. But here's the thing: think about it like this, Real. Jim gave Frank his first job as quarterback coach, right?
okay.
Now he's a senior advisor, and then he's telling him, "Hey, dude, you might want to do this, you might want to do that." But now Frank done got too big for his britches. He know everything now. Jim like,
Oh
all right,
boy.
motherfucker, I got something for you. All
But it makes the most sense.
right.
The most established person in your whole coaching staff is an analyst. Why is that? Why not the quarterback coach? Because you got a rookie quarterback. Not why not the offensive coordinator? But you still want
Dang.
to call plays. Caldwell should have been the offensive coordinator,
well,
or at
hold on.
minimum the quarterback coach.
Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back to this.
Okay, go
Jim
ahead.
Caldwell, Jim Caldwell interviewed for the job. Jim Caldwell said if he was coming back to coaching, if he was going to come back from
It
coaching,
would only be a head coaching
come back
position.
to coaching, it'd only be a head coaching position. Frank
Mm-hmm.
gets on the phone and called Jim and be like, yo, I need you. Come on over here, senior advisor, this and that. Jim takes the job. But he put the statement out before then, if I ever come back, it's only going to be a head coach position.
So
Like
Jim just
Wiley
wanted to
just
see.
said. But Frank only got the job because he told Temple, I can put together an all-star coaching staff. That was it. It wasn't scheme. It wasn't philosophy. It wasn't, I can coach Bryce Young. It wasn't that. It was, I can get you big names on the coaching staff in here.
Well, I see what Mike Wynn just commented. He said Tepper told Frank not to hire all his homies. I mean, you kind of handcuff Frank. Frank can't hire his
Well,
people.
that tells you right there. He didn't want Frank from the goddamn start. He had to settle for this nigga then because number one, we had so many after Ben Johnson told that nigga no. We had Kafka, we had Shane Steichen. They overlooked that motherfucker for Ben Johnson, and that
Yeah.
means as his ass got tight and he was trying to make a decision, only nigga that was left that was open with willing arms. Frank said, "Okay, well, you can hire me. I'll get whoever
I
you
can get
want.
you all
Just make
stars.
me
Yeah,
the
I
head
can get you
coach."
all stars there. Make me the head coach. And they'll come over here. If I call them, they'll come.
Yeah, that's what he fucked up at. That's what he fucked up at, man. This is some
I
buck wild shit.
I can get them here for you, boss.
Yeah,
And they'll coach whoever you want. If you want CJ, if you want Bryce, if you want, don't matter.
Lord
It was
have mercy.
fucked up for the jump, y'all, because you don't go past the order of operations. You do the shit in a mathematical concept, in an equation, any kind of problem. 1 + 1, 2. You can't jump for the equal sign at the end. That's what these motherfuckers been trying to do. Jump past the problem. Every
Hmm.
fucking single time.
Yeah, that's a fact. And the number one thing that we keep saying is I just can't see somebody having. There's no way that we can go through a same situation, deja vu from last year, where you have another guy uprooting the entire team. Well, goddamn it, we have that mess now, and it's because of the messiness of your owner. This is his style. This is what he thinks running a franchise entails. It entails having somebody there to uproot it just in case it goes wrong or it goes
Mhm.
left. Well, he felt that way because he didn't believe in that guy from the start. So let me put somebody there that, hey, if it goes wrong, I can come to him. When you
You know
truly
what?
believe, hmm
Huh. I just realized something. That damn Twan is a smart motherfucker. Check this out.
Tell him that. Don't you dare.
Remember they had that show.
yeah,
No, no. Remember he keep coming over. He keep coming over here and keep talking about hedge fund, hedge fund, hedge fund. That's how
mm,
you do a hedge fund. You manage it, just like Tepper's managing us now. He's
multi man.
managing it to his strengths. This is how you manage a hedge fund. This is how you do it in Wall Street. It's
Yeah, yeah,
always a cess. It's a fucking
yeah,
cesspit. It's
yeah.
always a cesspool. Everybody's
Hmm.
always trying to stab each other in the back.
Yep.
Everybody's
Yeah.
always. This is we. That damn twat is a. That's why
But
we got
but
this
but
Cameras.
shit.
Why
That's
they ain't
hold
over there?
on, Wally, hold on,
go
Wally.
ahead.
Now, ain't nobody. Temple ain't calling nobody in the middle of the night in his pajamas saying, "Hey, what's going on with so and so." Somebody called Tapper and his silk boxes knocking down the coals like, "What's up, bro?" Hey man, it's something about this boy footwork I don't like. You know what I mean? And
That's a
and then
fact.
you know what? I'm also because ain't nobody talked about this, but where is Sean Jefferson got to do with any of this stuff?
That's what I'm
Sean
trying to
Jefferson
tell
just
you.
sit. Y'all think? I think Sean
He's the
Jefferson just
coach.
sitting back, he just a spook to sit by the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
curious if
y'all
he
got to
has
think about something
because
like that, though, too, Bob. If you ever been in management, you got to look at it too. It's always somebody saying, okay, now you put my little nephew on staff. You see what I'm saying? Who the gonna be the worstest motherfucking employee? That little nephew. He gonna be
Hello.
late. He gonna be fucked up. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? He the mo. Whoever Tepper put in that motherfucker was the motherfucker mo. Not the motherfucker Frank called. The motherfucker that Tepper put in there. There it is.
And truly, I was saying that for a reason about hedge funds and Wall Street. Cause remember the Wolf of Wall Street, the movie.
Hmm.
Now think about what they said in those articles. Tell me it don't look like
That shit is dirty, boy. That shit is
that.
dirty as a motherfucker.
See,
Hey, you think about it, all that money they managing over there, them boys will kill you over that money. I'm gonna tell you that now.
but what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the looking for a
real
particular
quick.
type of person. Because remember, that's what he get paid to evaluate, right?
Hmm.
If you're a hedge fund manager, you got to come in there, you get to assess, you get to look for the weakness, exploit the weakness, right, of the person, of the organization, of the company, to get what you need, and then what? Lead the carcage. You don't care about building shit because you don't have to build nothing because it's a fucking takeover.
Well, think about it, Wiley. He did that shit with Ron. He came in, sat back, exploited that nigga. He sat
Yep.
back with Rule. He exploited that nigga. He sit back now with Frank Wright. Now this new motherfucker out the door before 11 games. Goddamn.
Hey,
This shit
he's
is
the
wild.
problem. He's the problem. Until
He
somebody's
messy.
able to tell this Joker his management skills need to be relooked at, we're gonna keep going down this road.
But Pop made a good point. He got
But
motherfucker calling him in the middle of the night saying, "Hey,
yeah,
hey, I went to
yeah,
Frank. Frank ain't listening. I went to Thomas. Thomas ain't listening.
yeah,
I'm coming to Scott and I'm talking to you." So that
yeah,
open door policy that he has where everybody got his fucking phone number is the problem.
yeah.
That's the
It
fucking
is. But guess
problem.
what? Like I said, check this out now. He's able to evaluate and then talk to that person the way they need to be talked to, so that way they will come to him later. Tell them what they want to hear, so that way hey, that open door is open.
But you
I
know
can
what?
always help you in the future. Go ahead.
But Wiley, it just hit me. It's Scott Fitterer fault because he should have dealt with that shit. And we said this earlier. Scott Fitterer should have never brought this shit to Tepper. When the motherfucker reached out to him and said, "Hey, we need to go take this shit to Tepper," he should have said, "No, I'll handle it. Let me figure it out." Because that's his job anyway.
They ain't
You the
going to
you
Scott. They ain't going to Scott, bro.
the
They may
reported
mention.
article said what the
They
article
okay. They
said.
mention.
What the
They
article
mention.
said. They
Watch this.
called. They text Tepper and then they text Scott Fitterer. They text Scott Fitterer first, and Scott and that coach went to Tepper
No.
in the middle of the night.
Mm.
That's what the
I can't
article
say nothing
said.
about. Well, I can't say
Hey,
nothing different than the article. I can't say nothing different
real
than the
quick,
article.
it just
Yeah.
seems like this Panther shit just won't die down. Because it look like Sean McDermott just put out a statement talking shit about Cam Newton.
Oh yeah, I
What
seen
the
that shit.
what the fuck, man?
What he say?
Man.
Fuck that motherfucking Cam or some shit, motherfucker.
Well,
Yeah, fuck that
he
motherfucker
He
making
Cam.
he making sure he
he
don't
ruined
come here is all
the
that
team.
is.
He
He
ruined the
said
Panthers. That's what he
he
said.
said Cam ruined the Panthers. Yep.
He
How the
making
Y'all
sure he
fuck?
don't
bullshit.
come here to Carolina.
McDermott
That's
about to
all.
McDermott about
You
to
know what?
get damn fired in Buffalo.
You know
Yeah.
what it is? Cam diced up that damn defense on practice, and that's why he said, "Fuck that motherfucker." That's all that was. That's all that was. You
Yeah,
I'm
dealing with a god.
but
I'm gonna
here's
be
the funky
calling
part.
McDermott in a minute.
Here's the
Yeah,
funky part. They got old boy playing just like Cam.
just like
Like
him. With Tim
yeah,
Dorsey.
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's
So
weird. Okay.
how do you say that? I
Hold
seen
on.
that bullshit too.
No, no. And listen, from 13 to 17, guess
Put your
who
seatbelt on. Put
Cam's
your seatbelt on.
offensive coordinator was? Dorsey.
Mm-hmm.
He the one that's coaching Cam. So
Josh Allen.
of course he playing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, so
And
what
it's just
happened?
another replica. That's another replica.
I
I would
wonder if they
take.
got. I wonder if they got coaches over in Buffalo calling the goddamn owner. I wonder if they got that shit going on over there.
Wait, so
No.
I
what
doubt
happened
it.
today?
Pagalas, or whatever, they seem like a very steady organization. Josh Allen is holding them back, which is the crazy part because Josh Allen actually got relevant as well. But Josh Allen keeps just throwing interception after interception after interception. He got Dorsey to be the fall guy, but at the same time, you can call the right plays, you get audible out. But if you gonna throw it in the triple coverage because you trust your arm, that's on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be mindful how you say that, cause they don't blame the quarterbacks around here, Real. So you got to stop that shit.
Touche.
They don't blame quarterbacks around here. The quarterback around here get away with murder.
They gods. They
Yeah.
gods. They gods. They gods.
No. There's one guard, and his name is he's 5'9", and he
Ah!
throw interception after interception.
Oh man.
So
No,
what
pick
happened today,
six. Pick
y'all?
six.
What happened today?
Oh, okay, Jalen. In short, we had the assistant coach go behind the coach back, text Scott Fitterer, telling Scott Fitterer that the problem is we need to go to first of all, we got a problem and we need to go to David Tepper to tell David Tepper that Bryce Young's footwork is the problem. He's throwing off his tippy toes and it's causing the offensive line to look horrendous. So be mindful when you have an assistant coach going over the offensive coordinator, going over the head coach, going over straight to the GM and to the owner. Like we said, there's a hierarchy. They bypassing who's in Scott Fitterer. This is his team to run. They and number one, Frank is the head coach. So you go to Frank for any issues that you should have. And if Frank ain't listening, like Wiley said, there was reports of being out that they weren't comfortable talking to Frank because Frank wasn't listening or paying any attention. So they went straight to the owner and tell the owner, hey, come down here and fix this shit, man. And the owner comes to Frank Wright and tell Frank Wright, you got by Thanksgiving to fix his footwork. What type of bullshit is that? And Frank telling him that's muscle memory. I can't fix Bryce Young footwork because when he rushed, his mind frame is gonna automatically revert back to what he's comfortable doing.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
been doing it for so long.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Jalen, that's where we at now. We got moles in the coaching staff that's going around talking to the athletic, going around talking to David Tepper. It's a whole lot of Jenny Jones, a lot of Montel Jordans around here, Montel Williams, Maury Povages, Jerry Springer's, rest his soul. We got too many talking ass niggas.
So they basically snitching, basically.
Oh yeah, they snitching.
Okay. And did y'all hear what Steve Smith said about Minga? I was laughing. That dude said he need to lose weight.
Mango needs to lose weight. He don't have the burst. Now be mindful. This is the guy you told us to draft.
That's the guy. That's the same guy. The same
This is
guy.
a fucking this a shit show over here in Carolina, bro.
The bold and the beautiful.
I'm trying to tell you, real. It ain't nothing beautiful about this motherfucker.
You told us to
Hey,
get
hey,
him.
hey, hey,
Steve Smith?
hey, Jayla, you looked at it too, right? So Steve
Mm-hmm.
Smith breakdown. So I
Yeah.
look at that too. I just had to stop it because at not any point did he take any responsibility for drafting the guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you would think you would say, you know what? No. No responsibility.
Cause they ain't had no business calling him. He ain't the motherfucker. He ain't the scout team motherfucker. Look here. Man, I was listening to an article and I sent the boys an article that Daniel Jeremiah was on a YouTube page and he was talking about Ozzie Newsome and drafting some of these cats on that Ravens team. And he was talking about how Ozzie Newsome would come down to the GM would call knew the number to all the I'm talking about the lower level scout interns, bruh. Tell them, yo, I read your report. Tell me why you think this and that. You understand? Every little angle he could get on these guys to see. He said one time he was talking to a defensive guy, and he said he have all them guys come in, about 4 guys on the team. He told them this right here. This is little things that Ozzy would do. He tell the guy, he said, "Yo, who's the leader of the defense?" And then they said, I forget who name they had called, but let's just say they said everybody said uh, John Jones, right? Everybody told him John Jones was the leader. He said one dude come in, he said, "Who the leader of the defense?" And he said, "Me." Now this is in an interview now, like when you coming in for the 30 for 30, or you coming in for, just to come in. Because they saying all these kids now have been coached on these interviews. What they tell y'all about Bryce Young? Blew him away at the interview, talking at the dinner and shit, right? They was
Mm-hmm.
enamored with him. They was all this interview. All this
Yeah.
smoke and mirrors. Ozzy said he told him, well, this is what Daniel Jeremiah was saying about Ozzy. So he asked Buddy, he said, "Who's the leader of the?" He said, "I'm leader of the defense." He said, "Oh." He said, "Oh, you is?" He said, "Well, everybody said John Jones was." This nah, I'm the leader of the defense. He said, "Well, when y'all get in the room, who holds the clicker?" He said, Buddy said, "John Jones." So who the fucking leader of the defense is? You understand what I'm saying? He the nigga with the clicker when y'all get in the meeting rooms and shit. He running the damn meeting. So them little things that a good GM does in them interviews and shit like that to find out what really is going the fuck on, or the character of these motherfuckers that's coming in. Who got the dog in them? Who ain't? Who the leader? Who ain't? How can you follow directions and who can't? Who hard head and who ain't? Look at the DNA of that Ravens team. He had motherfuckers that'll die for that squad on that bitch.
And they draft nothing but dogs too.
Nothing but dogs.
That's a true
We got
statement. That is a true
we got a,
statement.
and here we got a bunch of backstabbers. A bunch of motherfuckers talking about they the leader of the defense and they really ain't. You see what I'm saying?
We got a whole bunch of nice guys. That's what we got.
Yeah, that's what I got from that shit. Other people can get
Boy,
other shit, but see what I'm saying? That's how you do shit. We ain't got motherfuckers that know how to do shit like that. Get the best out of motherfuckers.
Well, go. It all comes from setting the environment, having a culture in set, having
Mm-hmm.
expectations. It all starts from having stuff in place for a young regime to start over well. We never had that on the Tepper. Think about all the coaches that Tepper has had between Rule and Frank Wright. Which one of them try to set a whole culture? Or did Steve Wilkes try to set a culture? He didn't want that motherfucker.
Cause he
This is the
racist,
problem.
baby.
Oh, well, I ain't gonna say that. It seems racist, Jalen, because of the way he handled it last year. But in a real world, Steve Wilkes was limited offensively. But he had the guys playing for him and motivated to go through a brick wall.
And that goes a long way.
Yeah.
But
And
Tepper
that
got
Tepper
in his
had
head,
yeah,
in his,
go ahead.
in his head, he want an offensive coordinator. That's what
That-
Tepper want.
That's what fucked
Mm-hmm.
this up. Because
Yep.
now look at D'Amico Ryan. You took the word dead out of my mouth, D. That's what I'm getting ready to say. Tepper was
Hmm.
asphyxiated on giving us an offensive minded coach in this motherfucker. And look at
Yep.
all the good defensive people that was on that list of 12 that he had that could have been our coach right now.
Yeah. Yep.
But he already threw that. No. It's got to be an offensive man. It's got to be an offensive coordinator. Got to be one of these rock stars out here.
And that's what it's gonna be again too. The offensive
Mm-hmm.
coordinator, unless it's well, I guess we can consider Jim Harbaugh offensive coordinator.
He kind of specializes in both, to tell you the truth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's right. Hmm.
Yeah,
Like, but
man.
what offense would we run with Jim Harbaugh? Though, like, so what y'all think? Like, what scheme we would run with him?
I think he like mobile quarterbacks. I think he like quarterbacks that can run.
He can
They
run
can't
that
not.
zone read option.
Yeah. They can not to say they got to be a Lamar Jackson, but he like quarterbacks that can move, that can run.
Well, D, remember Go back to Frank introduction at the damn podium. Frank said that's why he wanted. Everything that he
Yeah.
said he wanted, Bryce Young is not.
No, right,
That's
right.
why I was like, hold up. Ain't no way that man picked that. I knew that before Phil Sims and all them come out there. I was like, cause I'm listening to Frank. I listened to that whole shit. Like that ain't
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It was,
Why do
yeah,
people
yeah.
think people want to
Yeah,
Frank?
the
If y'all
math ain't
listen to that
mathing.
man, yeah, then that man started lying to us from the gate. He lied to us when he first came up there. Then
So I want to know what is true because if everything we heard out of Frank Ma has been a fucking lie, what is true around here? Who said what?
don't fucking
Man,
ask me, bro.
Frank been throwing temper tantrums this whole season, man, because Frank realized, you know what I'm saying? That's why Frank didn't want to change his fucking philosophy up because he always knew Bryce couldn't run it. You know, he gave it a try because he signed up for it, so he ain't had no choice. But Frank was never gonna change his philosophy up for no goddamn Bryce.
Man, look here.
His
D. Tepper,
uh-huh.
I mean Frank would go to that podium knowing damn well he didn't want Bryce. But then he
Yeah,
get mad at the reporters and say, I never said I didn't want him. Who told y'all that? I never said that.
right,
Come on, bro.
right.
Stop the bullshit.
But you know, he couldn't come out and say it. But you know, I mean, you could tell by his body language and the shit that he was doing that Bryce was never his guy. That's why he
That
said he
nigga,
when whoever came to him talking about running an RPO, that motherfucker said, "No, I'm not running no goddamn RPO for this little motherfucker."
that nigga had looked sick to his damn stomach draft night. When he went up to that
Damn sure
podium,
did.
when he went up to that podium to talk about the pick Bryce, that nigga looked like Frank looked like he had fucked up. He had that
He
look all
about to
over his
cry.
face. Yeah, yeah.
But Frank Wright, it sounded like he wanted Anthony Richardson because that's what the chat was saying all live, and I will never forget when Frank Wright said, "I want a quarterback that has a threat to run," and everybody
That's
was saying Anthony Richardson.
But
Boy, they was
damn,
happy.
he wanted CJ. He ain't want Anthony. He wanted CJ.
Well, hold on, D, because you remember Thomas Davis went on the NFL around the table that afternoon and said he's hearing the Ramblers in Panther
Oh
Nation
yeah,
that
yeah,
they were
yeah.
looking
You
at
right.
AR-15, and he was like,
Yeah,
I want Bryce. Bryce is the guy. Thomas Davis did that fuck shit a week before the draft. Remember that?
yeah. I remember that.
Everybody in the
But
Panthers
but Temper,
thing wanted
but Temper told you who the options were when he did his press. He said it was either CJ or Bryce. Well, he said the consensus was Bryce, but he said if they were gonna trade up to take CJ at 2 or whatever the
mm,
dumb shit he said. So
Deborah,
Temper
but Deborah
basically
didn't know
told
what he
you.
was talking about. Deborah didn't know
Yeah, he
what he was
didn't.
talking
Yeah,
about
he
because
didn't know it. He
the
didn't. He
deal,
didn't say
yeah,
it right.
the deal was
Yeah,
set. The deal he didn't say it right because the deal was set for 3,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Tepper
You
the
right.
one that told him to go to 2. He didn't say nothing about I was one, and Scott had done. See, they've been lying so much that they ain't on the same page. Scott had done did a
hmm
presser where he said we had a deal
Yeah.
set for 3 for Arizona, and Mr. Tepper stuck his head in there
Why
and
not
said if
trade
you
up to
go to
one?
3, go to 1.
Yeah.
Stand by your convictions. This is what the motherfucker said. Those the exact words.
Yep.
yeah.
That's bad, fellas.
It's one of them ones where the more and more shit starts to peel and unravel like an onion, you just sit back and just watch your eyes shed tears. And it just gets worse and worse and
And
worse
worse.
every week, bro.
What up, fellas?
What's going
There
on?
go
What's going on?
there go
Hell yeah.
Twan Don.
Yeah, the
The
prodigal
Don
son
Dada, the
has
Don Dada,
the
nothing hotter.
prodigal son has returned.
Twan.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm here. I had to come home yesterday. I'm up in New York right now. My grandmother
Hmm?
got sick late last night, so
Oh, you
Prayers,
alright?
prayers,
now I'm good.
prayers,
Pray to
She,
your grandma,
prayers.
man. I hope
Yeah,
she feel
prayers to your
she,
better, bro.
grandma.
she 93, bro. So she lived a long time. So if this is gonna
Hey,
be
I
her
say
Twan.
last
you sound
moments,
like you might need to go be with Granny, man. Go be with
no, I'm
Granny.
good. I'm good, bro. She only remember me, bro. She got dementia bad, so just
Got you.
came up here to be with the family.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man, I need to be doing this to keep my mind, you know what I'm saying? So, seeing y'all up here, you know what I'm saying? Another edition of Bryce Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
It's a soap opera going on in Charlotte.
Twan, I called that shit out a long time. I said, man, y'all better get y'all I said,
bro.
popcorn. I said, 'cause this is the best
It's
soap opera you
bruh,
gonna see.
it's a VH1 show. It's fuckery.
Episode 11.
You know how all the VH1
Okay,
shows
episode 11.
is some fuckery. All the VH1 shows is fuckery. It's all people fighting and stabbing each other and bitches stabbing each other in the backs and yelling and throwing donuts at each other. Yeah, this is a VH1 show going on in Charlotte, bro. You know, it's ghetto
So,
as hell over here, bro.
well,
Yeah.
okay. Who's the mole, Twan?
Who the mole?
Who's the mole?
It could be a couple, bro. I don't know. Somebody that got fired. I mean, that's all I can say, bro.
What the
No, no,
question?
no.
The question was
The
asked.
mole
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
be who got fired. That wouldn't be
yeah.
the
You gonna
mole.
kill the mole. You gonna
Twan,
kill
Yeah,
the
Twan,
you
you
gonna
mole.
missed you
kill the
missed the
mole.
backstory coming in. Now
Okay.
coming in, the report is there's a coach that went over Tepper. I mean, went over Frank Wright, went over Thomas Brown, went straight to Scott Fitterer and said, "Hey, we got to talk to Tepper about Bryce Young's footwork and it's making the offensive line look bad." Now that's pretty athletic that came out, and Tepper came down and gave Frank Wright until Thanksgiving to get the shit right. And he told him, hey, he was adamant on Bryce Young's footwork and fixing it. And Frank Wright basically said, what the fuck can I do in a week or two? What can I do with it? This once again, I just said this like 5 times a day. It's muscle memory. This is something
Well,
that you can't fix in a week or two.
Well, Frank was the
If it
fall
ain't
guy to
if it
begin
ain't
with.
if it ain't Brown, it's Park
Yeah.
Frazier.
We already knew Frank was the
no.
fall guy to begin with. He took a job that nobody else wanted. You know what I'm saying? We
But
knew that
who's the
before he got
coach that
fired.
reported straight to Scott
It
and,
would
and,
have to
and
be
going
I think
straight
it's
to
Chris
Tepper?
Tabor. I think
it
it's
would have
Chris
to be
Tabor.
old boy that one that
It's
says
Jim
that the only
Caldwell.
job I take was a head coaching job. It had to
It's
be him.
Jim Caldwell.
Yeah,
It's Jim
that
Caldwell.
would be my guess. That would be
Y'all
my
Damn it,
guess.
y'all
it's
I
put it
Jim
don't
y'all
know.
put in
Caldwell.
the chat.
It's
Y'all
Jim
put in the chat
It's
Caldwell.
who
Jim
y'all think the
Caldwell.
mole is. Put it in the
Yeah,
chat
I tell
who
you.
you think the mole is because
Jim
Jim
Caldwell
Caldwell,
is,
he been
oh my
chilling.
God. And Jim
Hey, hey, hey,
Caldwell is a quarterback
y'all
guru.
remember, y'all remember what Sheena, who was it, Sheena Quick or
Center
Fast
quick.
Guy said? She said, "Goddamn it, Caldwell been smiling ever since
Hello.
goddamn Frank Wright got
Yes,
damn
sir.
fired."
Yes,
Jim,
sir.
got your
He
ass.
happy than a
Oh
You want to
my
motherfucker.
listen
God.
to me? You want to listen to me? You don't want
On
to
that
listen
thick
to me?
ass season.
Take your punk ass out of
I
here.
told, he like Petey Pablo. I told you. You ain't want to listen to me. Now I got the gun on. Oh, shit.
Hey, who's standing now? Jim. And who get the advice? Bryce and Park
Motherfucker.
Frazier? Jim. And who Frank
Jim
mentor was?
Caldwell.
Jim. Is
Jim
all not in
Caldwell
there.
is a quarterback guru, and he's a
Yep,
defensive
Yep.
back. Jim Caldwell
yep.
is a jack of all trades. He sat
Yep.
there and looked.
Yep.
He said, "Yo, this boy footwork terrible, man. That's what's making the
Yeah.
offensive line look fucked up.
Hello.
Yeah.
Y'all got to fix
Bingo.
that
But
boy footwork."
Goddamn it, you right.
you know,
Goddamn goat.
here's the
That's
messed
who
up
the
part.
mole. Goddamn
He didn't have
Caldwell. That's who it is.
Damn,
he didn't have to go. He didn't have to go to Frank and those guys. As the
he ain't
senior
have to.
advisor, he
That's the yep.
his door is
He,
open to those two guys.
yep,
That's his
yep. He
job.
got he got a direct
Yeah,
line to tell.
exactly. He got a direct line.
His goddamn office right across from Tip. Shit.
Hello, hello. He called him in his office. Hey guys,
He get,
let's talk. What the fuck?
shit when
Oh
when when
boy.
his when his door open and Tip door open, they making eye contact.
Lord
Yeah,
have mercy.
I think those reporters know stuff too, like Scott. Fowler and all them dudes, man. I mean, it ain't like these guys don't talk to each other on the phone. With a lot of journalists and stuff, a lot of money is exchanged sometimes with these guys to either keep quiet or to sing.
Yeah,
Well,
they
And
can't
Twan.
they can't say too much because they don't want to
right,
mess
that's what I'm
their
saying. But if you're smart about it,
their source up.
yeah,
Well, Twan, it's being reported right now that a coach, and this is how they getting all this information, sat down with the athletic. A
right.
coach has sat down.
What I mean, we was just talking about that the other day. I mean, I read that whole article. That shit was
No,
crazy.
no, no. It's another article
They put
that's
a new one
dropped.
out.
Really?
Yeah, this
Wow.
shit is buck wild right now, man.
I'm trying to look, man. I think the ultimate goal of all of this is somebody's trying to expose Tepper. They trying to expose him.
But they're
This is
doing a
not
damn
an
good job,
attractive
but
job, bro. This ain't no attractive. Who gonna fight for the Carolina Panthers coaching job? Who want to do that right
Nobody.
now? It
a
ain't worth
desperate
Nobody.
it.
motherfucker, a desperate nigga.
You got to
I
be
do.
crazy
I'll
to be
fight for
driving
that
people out the
motherfucker
first
right now.
system.
That's $5 million or $7 million a year.
Well, for free. You know what I'm saying? I
I
mean,
I
but
coach them bitches right now for $1 million a year.
Your ass will be fired in a year too.
D'Angelo, we've been able to talk
Hey,
shit
that
about
million in
your
his
ass
back pocket.
every
What
week.
he
But you'll be $1
put
million
that million in
richer.
his back pocket?
hey, hey, Chris Taylor
let,
will be taking over the
hey,
team again.
Hey, look, we'll be able to talking shit about D'Angelo every week.
now I get this shit right. No, y'all wouldn't. Y'all be happy because Bryce had be on the bench, but I'll coach them motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, he'll get rid of you real
you put
quick.
him on the bench and you out of here the next day.
Exactly. You ain't last a day.
They
You'll
gonna
be in
rip
the
up
middle of
all
the
your
game. Get
paperwork.
his ass out of here. Get his ass out of
Man,
here.
Pepper said
They be
D'Angelo
asking you
shit on
questions at
fucking
the
Twitter
podium.
by then.
Mr. D'Angelo, what was your thought process when you went to bench Bryce?
I tell
No, they won't
motherfucker,
even
look
be
here.
asking that. He'd be
That was
out of the
my
stadium
mindset. That
at halftime.
that was my mindset when I signed to take over the goddamn job was to bench his ass from day
Oh,
one.
okay.
That was my mindset.
Well,
Nasty,
Mr.
nasty
D'Angelo,
work.
you didn't have a chance to even put your name tag on the desk. It's been real knowing you.
Damn, bro, you ain't even get your
D'Angelo,
first
let's
check.
get your last word.
Hey, I be an M up though. I be an M up. Goddamn
Hey, Jalen, David Newton getting the last word, huh?
Yep.
it.
All right, Mr. D'Angelo, let's go ahead and get your last word. It was real
Look, man,
nice.
I'm gonna be like this, bro. I'm gonna go out there and scare the shit out of Bryce Young. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie, man. I'm gonna scare the shit out of his ass, bro. I'm gonna put him through so many drills and practice he can't stand me, bro. I'm gonna make him quit so I don't get fired. I'm gonna make him
Oh,
go. I
okay.
can't fuck with this dude no
Shit, you
more.
gonna still get fired. You think Tep gonna let you put him through hell
Hey,
like that?
hey, look, I'm just coaching him up. You know what I mean? You went out and got this bum ass nigga, man, that need to be coddled and motherfuckers putting baby powder on his balls and shit, man. I mean, you went and got him.
But Twan, Tampa gonna be sitting on his golf cart right there at practice, and when you go to do that, that
All
motherfucker
right,
gonna come pull you to the
hey, hey,
side.
hey, look,
That's
get in,
his
look.
last words. Get his ass out of here.
Hey, look, I just want to get in the door. Go ahead, give me look. Go ahead, look. As soon as I just sign that
You
damn
ain't gonna
check,
make it through your first
I'm gonna drill
practice.
his ass. You know, as soon as I sign that contract, I'm gonna drill the shit out of him. So
Oh,
when he
okay.
go to fire my ass, I'm like, look, this motherfucker don't want nobody touching his golden goose. You know, so I'm gonna tell the truth. You
Hey,
know, they ain't
what?
gonna, unless I have to. He make me sign an NDA. That's probably what he making them
But
boys
hey,
do anyway.
oh, nah, they
That's what I
talking
heard
though.
too,
Watch it.
Twan. That's
Oh, they got an NDA, no doubt, but they still
Look,
talking.
man. What? Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. A hedge fund guy gonna make you sign an NDA regardless. He not gonna have him
True,
looking
true,
stupid in
true.
public.
Oh, you gonna sign an NDA? You right?
You
I'm
gonna
gonna say some
sign that
reckless
shit
shit,
Damn,
but I don't
that
regardless.
need.
well, that sucked then. That sucked
I,
then, cause I've been waiting to hear tell off from goddamn Josh McCown. So that mean I ain't gonna hear
Well,
tell
think
off.
about it. Think about what you've been hearing,
nah,
D.
you ain't gonna
A
hear that.
undisclosed coach,
That's why they going about it
unnamed
the way they going
coach.
about it now. They going
Exactly.
underground with it.
Whispers. That's all you're gonna hear is fucking whispers, but you
Look,
know
man,
who doing
hey
the
Q, hey
talking.
Q.
Yeah.
I called Q up. Hey Q, I might have heard that Bryce. If you tell somebody to tell somebody, hey, look, bro, shit, just don't bring my name up.
Uh-huh.
Somebody talking.
So
Somebody
you know what
talking.
they call that? A source close to the Panthers.
Hey, y'all see that?
Mhm.
Y'all see that? Y'all saw. How many of y'all seen that movie? Brooklyn's Finest with Wesley Snipes.
It's been a
Hmm.
while. I seen
You
it,
know,
but I don't really remember. It's been so goddamn long.
Bryce Young was the nigga on top of the building that they was hanging over the fucking building about to throw his ass off of it. And you remember when Wesley Snipes came up and they was like, "But this nigga been talking." You know what I'm saying? Somebody talking, man. Wesley Snipes said, somebody been fucking talking. It ain't him, but somebody been talking. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
always a motherfucker right there up under your fucking nose, man. But it's got to be somebody who can't stand David Tepper's ass. They want to make it seem like, man, you absolutely do not want to coach here. You don't want to come play here. You don't want to come sell fucking popcorn here. Leave Charlotte the fuck alone.
but they ain't gonna do that to
And
now
David
to after
Tepper
he
don't even
fuck
know how many
after
people he
he
pissed off at this point.
that's what I'm saying. It ain't gonna be to after he fucked them. See, the
Yeah.
ones that got fired gonna feel is like, yo, you sat there and you picked this quarterback. We know this. We know the coaching staff unanimously didn't pick this guy. All these lies they sat there and told y'all. I told somebody that I says no way the coaching staff unanimously picked this guy. Yes, they did. Go. You don't know what you're talking about. He said everybody in the room said Bryce Young. Ain't
That
no
was a lie.
fucking way, bro. Now
Ain't
y'all, now
no way
the
in
truth
hell.
is coming out. Now the truth coming
Yeah,
out. When the man
yeah.
sat there, then Twan. They not gonna fucking believe you, Twan. We sat here and showed them the fucking video evidence where this man said, "What did
Yep,
I
they
tell
ain't
you
believe it.
at the Super Bowl?" And motherfuckers still
No,
didn't believe me.
But you
Yeah.
know, like
nope.
they all lied on each other. Tepper told Bryce, what did I say at the Super Bowl? Your boy, the quarterbacks coach was on the field telling CJ Stroud, I see you back in Charlotte.
No, they
Frank
didn't know.
Frank told
They
us,
didn't know.
I know, but
They
Frank
didn't know.
told us,
McCown and them didn't know.
Frank
They
told
didn't
us is
know
that
that he was gonna veto them. He said he had to veto dog. He vetoed them.
I don't think McCown would have took the job if he'd have known Bryce
yeah,
Young was
They
going to be the
didn't
exactly.
quarterback.
know. That's what I'm talking
Hello,
about. D. They didn't
hello,
know. They didn't know.
hello.
But do you
Yeah.
remember
They
when
didn't know.
Frank said he said I looked at Scott and we both knew
Mm-mm.
exactly who was gonna take it at that point. I don't believe that shit either, man.
That was
I
a
don't believe
lie.
how
Nah, that
he
was a
was
lie.
saying that shit.
That was a lie.
That was a
That was a
lie,
lie.
bro.
That was a lie.
Okay, go back. I'm
That
gonna
was a
dig. I'm
lie.
gonna dig this footage up
Because
again.
if he was
Frank
talking
turned
about
his
CJ
with
Stroud, then
Tepper.
Tepper came in and fucked all that up. He said, I don't know why you told the people that shit.
Y'all look at this. When Tepper was up there and Frank and what you call it was sitting down and Tepper was standing over there by that door, Frank turned his back to that motherfucker.
Let,
Frank
and let
turned
me
his back to Tepper.
tell you something I think we all overlooked too. You remember when Bryce Young pulled up and we all said, and Pop said, well, Tepper was there with his wife. And when he got out, he squeezed the motherfucker like that was his real son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anybody notice that Frank Wright won't dare to greet his ass?
Won't there.
yep,
Won't there.
Yeah, you're right. It
yeah,
wasn't
you're
until they
right.
got to the podium that
Scott
you
won't
saw
dare to
Yep.
Frank.
greet his ass.
There's some fucked up shit. Hold on. We got a question in the chat. Chris and Athena say, which quarterback should we get to push Bryce, and at what pick should we do it? If I'm a firm believer in this draft that is very deep and very heavy, if if you want to take that very first pick that we got in the second round and put it on the quarterback, I would do it, and I would take a guy, like I say, if he falls to you at the top of the second round, which if JJ is available, you take that. I'm
You breaking up, Q?
what I'm not bought in. What I'm not bought in on. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
I
Not
can.
bought in on is the staff that will potentially coach JJ McCartney. Because I would take him at the top of the second round, and I would because he's athletic, he has the arm strength, he has the intangibles, he has the requisite size, he has the ability to come out and be great. He has the number one QBR in all of college football right now. He's that guy. I would take him. I know some people may differ, but that's just my personal opinion of who I would take and where I would
You
take
would
him
take
at.
who? Talking about
JJ
JJ
JJ?
McCarthy.
McCarty.
JJ
Oh
McCartney.
man, look, man, y'all dreaming with them
Yeah,
type of picks though. We ain't getting them
quarterback
type of guys,
for the
man.
Panthers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
we
dreaming.
not taking it.
They
We not
just
taking.
asked my opinion on.
I think we might take a quarterback, but it won't be with the second pick.
But why we gotta get a quarterback in the draft? Hey man, look at some of these damn quarterbacks, these backups that's balling out right now. That motherfucker with the fucking Browns, who
But
ever knew he was gonna play like that?
No, sir. We
Twan,
did that
Joe
with
Who
Sam
guess
fucking
what?
Donald. I'm
Guess
not
what?
backups
doing
can
Guess
that
play
shit
what?
like
Joe
again.
that?
Flacco.
But guess what they saying? Guess what they saying now? When y'all said that, since you put that out there, Twan, guess what they saying? The NFL as a whole is getting because there was 15 or 16 starters that went down, and all these backups are playing right here, and this has been unprecedented. They're starting to put more stock in the backup quarterback so that the level of competition doesn't
Right.
fall off. So you don't have a Aaron Rodgers type shit.
Yeah,
Like the Jets was going to be way up
I just
here,
want
and
I
they put
just
all this campaign for the Jets and shit because Hard Knocks had the Jets, and then Hard Knocks had to switch to the damn the Dolphins because the Jets were so fucking sorry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money that the NFL has in advertisement. So they starting to put more stock in the backup quarterback position, like next man up.
They
You don't
got
want to
to.
level of competition go from here to here.
I
So
just
when
don't
you
think
say
that
that,
nobody coming
so
out of
what
that
you just
draft is
said,
going to challenge Bryce Young,
with
bro.
what you
They
just
ain't going to put
said,
no
they're not
weight
gonna
on him.
let these good backups go. These guys are not gonna let these good backup goes off their team
They
like they
can't.
used to.
They can't.
Mm-mm.
Hey, man, do you know how many fucking starting quarterbacks got hurt this year? Like 7 or 8 of them motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah. So that is now that's becoming a priority for a team to say, yo, not like, oh, we got the man, we got this good quarterback. We're not shopping for a quarterback no more. No, we always looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Zaire Kelfer, what we say when we mean a backup quarterback, I mean what we're talking about is I'm under the impression next year whoever we choose to pick, Andy Dalton should start, and whoever the guy that's being groomed should be groomed right up under him.
Yep.
Because enough of this bullshit of Russian quarterbacks out here. The next quarterback, or either whatever you want to do with Bryce, I don't give a fuck. Let this nigga sit back and let him learn from Andy Dalton. That's why you got him here. They say he was brought in here to win games, so it's time to put that shit in forward motion. Fuck that Russian rookies out of here now. We don't went through
Mm-hmm.
that. Been there, done that. It's a failed experiment.
It is. It is.
But people say you can't
No, it
evaluate
ain't.
them because the
Not,
offensive
not, not.
line was so bad.
CJ
That's what they
Stroud ain't
tell
no
you.
goddamn failed experiment.
I'm
Uh
talking
huh.
about the nigga with us. The nigga with us is a failed
Oh, okay.
experiment.
It is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
His physical attributes is just not going to allow him to be who he wants.
Nope.
It's
Damn
No,
it's
sure
just
ain't.
not.
not at all. Not at all.
You know. Shit. I
You're
mean, look.
right, Stephen Bailey. We do need a power runner in this draft. We need to get a running back. We just did a mock draft. Go check it out. We took a power running back. We took a quarterback. We traded back, got extra pieces, and we started building this team the correct way by position of need because we need every fucking thing on this team. So there is no position you can put ahead of the other one. Hell, they all are big
I
Yeah,
think
needs. They're gap
I
and
think Cooper
holes.
yeah.
is a
We need.
power back, man.
We need to be drafting BPA this year. God damn it, I don't give a fuck what
Yes.
position it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best
Best
player
motherfucker
available.
available.
Yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah.
whole
T-
shit.
That's how you can get a lot of diamonds in the rough by looking at, okay, let's take all the positions off the board. Who's the best player? Where can they fit in at? Let's go ahead. What philosophy we running? The new coach is gonna have to pick an identity. So we're gonna have to go through
Yeah.
a whole identity crisis after this.
Don't be mad if y'all see DJ Chark back here next year. Don't be mad at it. I'm trying to tell you.
I wouldn't
I
be
I
don't
mad because
I don't
I know Chalk ain't trash. It's just
Yeah.
the guy that's
It's
throwing
just
him the
the
goddamn ball.
quarterback.
Chark
Yeah.
Chark whole
but
team gonna be like, look, you look who you got throwing me the ball, bro. You know, what I mean, what can I do with that? And
yeah,
then
Exactly.
yeah.
ain't no
What
other
can he
team.
do with
All the
that?
other teams gonna try to nickel down his ass, man. You know what I'm saying? So he might want to stay right here.
Yeah, but if another coach coming in, if Tepper forces the issue with them sticking with Bryce, they ain't gonna bring a chalk back.
Yeah.
they
Why?
ain't gonna
That's
do that because they signed
yeah.
him on a
Like
1 year deal,
And the
$5 million
thing is,
for him to prove it.
what my dad said though, Q, Goat, and Twine is
So yeah, this
he
motherfucker out
said
here fucking up careers, bro.
Yeah,
he said the Carolina Panthers need to stick with one coach for years, man, because getting rid of coaches, man, you're not gonna win like that.
that's a fact.
You can't
That
win
is
with the
true, but you
motherfuckers
got
that
to have
you
the
already
right
got,
coach.
though. Yeah, you
You
can't
got to have the
win with
right coach.
fucking rule or right.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
win with those
Yeah,
motherfuckers, bro.
yeah. You
You're
can't.
gonna you're gonna go through a couple bad ones to get to a good one.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that comes with Tepper and his discretion because he cannot look and eye a coach and say, hey, you're gonna be a good one. He's struggling with picking and deciphering what coach is best for the damn team. He's struggling in that matter.
Hey Kendall, you remember when we all been there at some point? You remember when you used to go in the grocery store and they had motherfucking shoes and a big ass box in the man. Tepper is picking out of the pick and save box, man. He
yeah,
matching
yeah,
up
yeah,
flip flops and shit because he can't get
yeah,
no
yeah.
other coaches.
Well,
He matching
at
up
this
flip
point,
flops and shit.
last year wasn't like that, Twan. Last
Yeah,
year was not like that. It
He had some
wasn't.
people
Now
he
with
wanted to
all
come.
this, yeah, yeah, yeah. He had some people that actually wanted to come
it
to this
ain't gonna be
motherfucker.
no
Now,
Nikes in the box this year, bro.
Yeah, now he got to go to pick and save. He got
It's
to go
gonna
to
be
pick and
British
save now.
Yeah,
Knights.
yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah,
British
yeah.
Knights in the box, Cougars, flip flops, motherfucking, I don't know, some old smart belts and some shit. He ain't getting no real
Yeah,
sneakers out that box and shit.
Yeah, he
yeah,
got
he
to go
going
to
to pick and
swap me
save.
for. He got to go swap me for a coach this year.
Yeah, he going to pick and save now. You bet your ass
So
he going to pick and save.
let me ask you a
You gonna have
question.
to put
Go.
every coach he get on a 1 year basis or some shit.
We got the Saints Sunday, and like I said, shout out to all the Saints in the chat right now. Um, I went on Dolph keeping it real on Thursday, and Dolph is convinced that as bad as we are, as bad as the problems that we got right now, we're going to beat them on Sunday.
Hell no.
Nah, we
And
And
ain't.
they got
I told him hell no
What?
too.
I don't want to
Jameis
win.
playing
What?
too. Jameis playing too. Shit,
I
Jameis
just
gonna throw
don't.
that ball down the field
I
on our
just don't
goddamn
want
man.
to win. I just don't want to win though. I'm just saying flat out. I don't give a fuck who get mad. I don't want to win. We need the highest picks we can get. I don't.
Yeah,
It ain't worth it to win.
I agree with you, Twan.
Yeah.
It serves us no purpose to
It
goddamn
serves
win.
no purpose at this point. Y'all ain't proving shit at 1-11. Let's go ahead and let
Well,
that shit go, man.
if
Don't
they
be
win
trying to win
Sunday,
for the
you're gonna have
giver of no shit.
a bunch of stupid motherfuckers come out here and talk about. See, I told y'all Bryce wasn't the problem. You had to give him something to work with. I told y'all. All you had to do was give him a chance.
Nobody
Thomas
listen to
Brown gave
him.
him a chance.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that goddamn dome gonna be rocking Sunday. Them motherfucking Saints is mad, and they been screaming all year to play Jameis. So you know what I'm saying. I know a lot of goddamn Saints
They
fans.
wanted
So
him
I'm
starting
telling
the
you,
fucking year.
they've been
They
wanting
wanted
they've
that
been wanting
quarterback they
Jameis to
got.
play. So I'm gonna tell you right now, that goddamn dome gonna be rocking goddamn Sunday. It ain't, and y'all know like I know, New Orleans ain't no easy place to play in. That bitch gonna be rocking.
Nah,
And
Man,
and
look,
and the,
damn sure ain't.
and the
them
Saints and the
motherfuckers never
Saints,
wanted Carr, bro. Y'all, they never wanted them.
yeah, they the fans never wanted Carr.
I
They've
got
been
a
wanting Jameis to play
They
all year.
always wanted James playing, bro.
I got a question. What is Thomas Brown's contract looking like?
I don't know. I can look it up for you.
Please do.
1 year
Somebody,
contract.
anybody. He on a
1 year.
1 year
He one.
Yeah,
contract.
1 year.
I think he
Him and
1 year.
Evero, 1 year.
So the
Hmm.
chances of a new coach coming in, looking at this mess the way it is, please tell me you guys agree that he's going to burn this bitch down at the coaching.
Yeah, I don't want,
Oh
but
yes, yes,
I
yes,
don't want Thomas Brown back though. He
yes,
ain't
yes.
showing
You,
me shit.
hey, I don't want that motherfucker
You
back
know
either.
what? He special teams only. It's
Chris
hard to do that.
Tabor,
We got a damn. We might. Hey, he may survive again.
That
but
special
that's the
teams
Cause
Yeah,
coach
special
problem
got
teams
to
right
is
go
there.
hard
back
to
to
coach.
If
too.
you
I
keep
I
one
can I can
motherfucker from the last regime, you're gonna fuck yourself
You can't
again.
keep none of them motherfuckers, bro. You gotta let the people come in and start
Okay,
fresh.
I hear you, but you got to fight with the owner because okay.
But that's the
I see what
problem,
you're saying,
though,
Wally. I see what
Wiley.
you're
He
saying,
is
Wally.
the
yeah,
I
yeah,
see
problem.
what you're
I
saying.
see
Yeah,
I see what he's
yeah,
saying too.
he gonna fuck around and keep him because we got a good special team unit, but in the same breath, that's his
Top
yes
five.
man.
Because he
Yeah,
That's
don't
his
like
yeah.
yeah.
to
I
And
don't
listen
that
give
to
a
that
it.
that's the
damn.
that's the motherfucker that can still report to him. You know what I'm saying? See what's going
Exactly.
on.
He
Exactly. Yeah.
gotta
That's
have
the
that sucker on the
problem.
staff, bro. He gotta have that sucker on the staff.
See,
Yeah,
y'all got to think
Damn.
too, man. Y'all still got to think too. The reason why what you call it agreed to say, okay, I'll keep Chris Tabor in them because it was a time crunch. He got in here in January 28th or 26th or something like that, right? So
Hmm.
the Super Bowl and all that shit, and he had to start getting guys in place because see now they got to start evaluating the roster because come March, free agency starts. So you only got like a month and a half, maybe close to that, to get these guys in place and start getting scouting reports and start getting all that. He ain't got but so long. You're gonna be in the same situation now because see now they done put the new rule in. You can't even get no guy in here to the second week of the division playoff. So that knocks you down another week to start getting your staff together. And if you want
Yeah.
somebody on staff for a motherfucker that's still playing, you can't get to that guy until after the season.
Man, the Carolina
Yeah.
Panthers job might be the most undesirable job in sports right now.
It damn sure is.
So it's a timing thing. So 9 times out of 10, he say, okay, well, Chris Tabor here, I keep Chris. Fuck it. Yeah, I keep Chris and his guys. You see what I'm saying? So it's probably happened again that Chris Tabor and them will stay here.
Bless you.
Tell y'all one more time,
Then
man. Sit
At
y'all
least a
ass
couple.
down. Sit y'all ass
yeah,
down
yeah,
and get ready for the long haul, bro. It's not turning around no time soon.
yeah.
It's
At
not.
least for a couple weeks until they fire him. You know, somebody always becomes a scapegoat in the middle of the middle of the year.
I'm talking about these seasons coming up. We ain't winning shit.
Well,
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
want to come here.
As long as they keep this shit up, you ain't gonna win nothing.
Man,
no,
don't know. Q, nobody trust nobody. Staff domino on other staff. Who gonna want to deal with that shit?
nobody.
There's
Yeah.
some basketball wives
Nobody.
shit going on over here, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mess. Well, I'll tell you like this right here. I came just to give y'all a little bit of the spoken word this morning. I know this is one of the ones that's a hot topic. We're gonna monitor this over the next couple of days. But look, 3 hours done went in, and before we even know it, 3 hours done went by. We gonna go ahead and start getting everybody last words, man. Talk to me, D, or not. Who else? Who else we got here? Oh, damn, D right here. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. I've been talking to you, talking about give me the last words, and I ain't hear nothing.
Excuse me.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. We
sir.
Yeah.
got
Oh, okay. Hell no, I lost signal, man. My signal got bad. I had to come back in.
Yeah, man. Like I
Yep.
said, man, we can go ahead and start winding down. Get your last words. So talk to us, man. How you feel? Last words.
Oh man, shit, man. I'm just all we can do is sit back and enjoy the show, man. God damn it, like T.O. said a long time ago. God damn it, just eat your popcorn. And, you know what I'm saying? And hope goddamn Temple get this shit together, man. Because goddamn it don't look pretty. It's ugly as a motherfucker in Pantherland, man. So I mean, I'm just gonna sit
uh,
back and enjoy the show. Hopefully, goddamn Temple get the shit together, man. Hey, all we can do is keep pounding. That's about all we can goddamn do. And I appreciate y'all boys for letting me come on the show like always.
Yes, sir. You know how it goes,
damn, it's a
man. We
pleasure.
appreciate you as well.
No
Talk
doubt.
to me, Jalen.
Um, man, my last word will be, man, I hope we do get a Jim Harbaugh because hopefully, that's really that's the only thing to me, in my opinion, because he will know what to do to build this team the right way. And, and you're right, Q, get JJ McCarty, in this upcoming draft. Get him, and then but start Andy Dalton so that way Bryce Young and JJ McCarty could compete. So therefore, you don't have to rush them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be the best choice because we say we need a receiver, we say we need O line, but that Seahawks game, man, like with Andy Dalton, man, Andy Dalton, he made us look like a
Mm-hmm.
like a good offense, man. So or okay, but that's all I got to say, man.
Yeah, he made us look capable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
Yes,
Twan,
sir.
give us last word there, Twan Don.
All right, man. My last word goes to David Tepper and the fans out there, man, that's listening. Man, fuck that Jim Harbaugh shit. Get that shit out your head. It ain't happening. Some other quarterbacks that y'all thought was good coming from Buffalo, whoever, man, get that shit out y'all head. It ain't happening. To you, Mr.
Mhm.
David Tepper, man,
Mm,
you get the chance to do the right thing again, man, and start to make this team go in the right direction. You get a second chance to make the right decision. You fucked
mm,
up letting Wilkes walk out the door, and now you got a brother on the team by the name of Evero on that damn team.
okay.
Interview that man for head coach. If he wants the job, then you give him that damn job and start with him. You start with him. You get a second chance to do right by this shit. You know what I'm saying? That man was one of the main best shining lights that went on this year on this team, and you need to start with fucking him if he wants this job and go from there. All this other fantasy shit, get that shit out your head, man. Get
Yes,
that job
sir.
to Evero, man. He earned it. Give it to him now, bro. That's gonna be the
Okay.
biggest name you could get right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you, Twan Don. That's
And,
the
and,
Buffalo
and would you
Charlotte Bound
would
Show.
are you doing that, Twan, only because he's a brother,
Nah,
or is it
because that man, because he put in work this year, man. I mean, he did his job this year, as far as I'm concerned. The defense
okay?
didn't help
Okay,
him out. The offense didn't help him out.
not one
Yes,
lick.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
He
sir.
earned
Yes,
that shit,
sir.
man. You let Wilkes walk out the door, don't let Evero walk out, bro.
okay.
I hear you, Twan Don. You very passionate today,
He's
sir. You
gonna get
very
the job,
passionate.
man. Evero ain't gonna be waiting long.
This nigga on automatic. What the hell going on here? Cut shit off, Twan Don. Cut it off. God damn.
I'm tired of this
Wiley.
bullshit.
Wiley. Wiley, talk to
Yes,
us,
sir. Yes,
man.
sir.
Last words, not last arguments. Last words.
No, no, I got you, man. It's it is definitely the Hunger Games, and we know who's the arbitrator, who's the guy that actually set this in motion. Until he changes his ways and get out of the way, we're gonna be in this do loop for the next couple of years, regardless of talent. Until the owner gets out of the way, we're gonna be in this do loop. So I pray that we get somebody that he respects and get out of the way. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rail. Hell rail.
It's a powerful bigotry in here.
A lot of the niggatry, huh?
Yes, yes. So, first step, obviously, probably get a president of football operations. Get a get that buffer between Tepper and Fitterer, or whoever's going to be Fitterer replacement. Because Fitterer's out. Um, I've been hearing a lot the last couple of days. It's going to be Eric Benemy.
Mm.
and Rail, you know what? He was looking for him before Matt Rule. He was wanting Eric Bieniemy like a motherfucker before Matt Rule. Tell y'all
That's
the
what
truth.
it's.
Tell y'all 100%. It wasn't no bullshit. This wasn't no talk. He was looking for Eric Bieniemy before Matt Rule.
I just
And
Why he
don't
then
didn't
like
Matt
it.
hire him?
Rule caught his eye, because Matt Rule caught Temper's real, like, not saying wishy washy, but like he'll flip in a minute. And
Hmm.
Matt turned them boys around, and then he was the biggest name right there for that second.
But
Yeah,
cool,
he
you
was.
remember last year they said the nigga been stupid. Remember they said that? He
Well,
kept bombing the interviews.
that man Tepper didn't want to fuck with the enemy, bro. He interviewed because he had to.
No, no,
Uh,
no, Twan,
That was his
Twan,
dude,
Twan.
his
They
black
said
dude he
they
had to
no,
interview.
no, 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 no. It wasn't. It wasn't. He wasn't a Rooney Rule. He
That
he
was
was he
Rooney as
was
a
he
motherfucker,
was
bro.
okay. But the thing was, people started telling, no, this guy right here is a program guy. He's a, you remember, trust the brand and all that shit, analytics and
Yeah,
all that shit. And see, they changed Tepper's mind.
yeah, yeah.
Is what somebody did. See, Tepper changed his mind in a minute. He blow like the wind, bro. I'm trying to
he
tell you.
wanted he wanted Benemy because of what Benemy did with Kansas City, even though Benemy
Yeah,
didn't call plays. But then he found out the
yeah,
rule is a CEO type of quarterback. So he's like, you know what? That's what
exactly.
I need. That's what
I want
happened.
to see. Yeah, I want a CEO type coach. Yeah,
The enemy
But
ain't
Yeah,
fucking with Bryce Young. He ain't
yeah.
doing that.
Well, hell, he made Sam Howell look like something, so I can't see what he
Sam
can't do.
Howell is better than motherfucking Bryce Young.
Sam
he
Howell
is.
is
that's
a
crazy.
dump. He's a dump ass quarterback too. So
Yeah.
But he's better than
But
Bryce Young.
Yeah,
I
he
do
better
agree
than
with you
Nah,
on
Bryce.
that
that.
I mean,
motherfucker
Yeah,
rushing over
he
yeah, yeah.
1,500
overachieving
yards.
right now.
the thing is,
Yeah,
it's still gonna be a messed up situation if there is no buffer between that front office and the owner.
yeah.
You need that separation. But I think the next couple of weeks is going to be very telling. I mean, obviously we're going to be keep pumping out content in here, but
Hmm.
I really think that it's looking like BNB is like going to be the natural pick. I'm still hoping for Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh is very logical. I know Twan said that that's a fantasy world, but it's very logical and reasonable. Like, do not
So
count that
y'all
out.
really think enemy is a real
Well,
thing? Because I did see that the other day, but I didn't take. I took it
I
with a
mean,
grain of salt.
I feel like Kansas
It,
City
Hey,
is
that'll
it was
work.
still.
Looking at what
it
he
was up,
did over in Washington, yeah, he is a realistic option.
Yeah,
was up there.
Yeah.
Washington gonna try to give it to him too. Washington
Yeah.
gonna try to give it to him
Oh
too.
I
yeah,
think
because they out a head coach too.
the problems that Kansas City is having right now is because of the enemies not been there no more.
But you
Man,
got to think he was bumping heads with Mahomes a lot,
Yeah.
a
He was
lot, a
pushing
lot.
Mahomes. He was pushing Mahomes.
Because
Now
Yeah,
look, Mahomes is
because a lot of
the
these
comfortable.
coach
Watch
quarterbacks
motherfucker.
this.
is pussy. You can't say
Watch
Yeah,
this.
that to
He
them.
coaching them hard.
yeah.
Now
You
look,
can't
look.
coach
They all
motherfuckers
comfortable.
hard. You got to coach
Yeah.
motherfuckers
They,
hard.
they,
Yeah,
they all
yeah. He
comfortable
coaches
now.
hard.
And look at the offense.
Hey,
Offense looks
Kendall,
stale
that's
as
what I'm
He
fuck.
did
saying,
it.
bro. Bryce Young ain't been able to get
oh
there.
have mercy.
No. They said that was what was the problem around Carolina at one time. That was a report that come out. Ain't nobody getting in nobody's ass around here.
Yeah, Bryce ain't
They
gonna be
said
able
Yeah.
to
that was
deal
a
with no
problem.
damn be enemy, bro. He can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw him.
Be enemy old
The enemy,
school like a
yeah.
motherfucker.
The
The
enemy
enemy
is a
ain't gonna do
nigga. The enemy
Be
is a
enemy from
nigga.
be enemy from New
Young
Orleans.
nigga.
I know be enemy. I know be enemy. Goddamn brother. That motherfucker is from New Orleans.
Yeah, that he gonna get in Bryce Young ass, and
Oh,
he
Bryce
gonna
will be crying. Bryce will
yeah,
be crying.
The enemy ain't fucking with him. He'll
His
have that
daddy
boy
gonna start
crying out
making
there.
commercials. His daddy gonna start making commercials.
whatever the head coach is, head coach gonna give everybody a clean slate.
Yes, sir.
Everybody got a clean slate. At year zero is gonna be next year. That's gonna be because you gotta go in, you gotta walk in, you gotta get that assurance from Tepper that at minimum this is a 3-year job.
Yes, sir. And you get that in your contract.
They
You
got to
got to
keep
get
Yeah.
Evero.
that.
They got to keep
Yeah.
Evero though, man. I think if Evero
No,
walks,
sir.
Burns is gonna
Only
walk.
way he
They gone,
stay
bro.
is if he's the head coach. Other than that, you got to cut ties with Emperor
How about Burns?
because of this whole staff and the way how they
How about
organ.
Derek Brown?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you
They
like
ain't
this
trying
right
to
here,
go through
Twan.
another fucking
What you
coach.
just say was pipe dreams. It's pipe dreams for a new coach to come in, watching how this shit here is, and how niggas stabbing each other in the back and keeping these guys here.
Bro, I'm
No
begging
way.
Evero to stay. I'm begging him to stay.
Yes,
I mean,
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
would too, because I'm pretty sure you're not gonna find that much better than him. But the expectation
Not in there.
is, yeah, he probably don't want to stay.
Yeah, not at this time. Not at this late hour.
No, I don't think Eric want Bryce, and I think I think that conversation has to happen in the interviews for head coach
Yeah.
because we all know Tip's gonna be involved. So it's like, hey, do we really want Bryce Young, or can I evaluate him and see if he's salvageable or not?
That's
That's
right.
where the conversation has to happen.
Hey, but
If
check this
not,
out.
Can we go forward?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, well,
not even beating around the bush with Tepper. When I sit down, can I bring my own quarterback in here? When he say no, we don't got to do all this talking.
I'm
You got
out.
to pick
I'm
him for
out.
me to get him out.
like
We
I
ain't got to
said,
do all this talking, bro.
Y'all hard. Y'all
like I
hard.
said,
Y'all hard.
you need 3 years. Year one, you lose big. Year
Yep.
two, you lose small. Year three, you start to win small. Now, if you don't start winning small, at year three, you got to go. And then
Yeah.
year four, you start to win big. There's steps.
Yeah. That's why you. Even though we don't like it, you got to keep Bryce next year. So
But
in
No, you don't. No, you
2025,
don't.
that,
No, you don't.
but
No, you don't.
that ain't a good.
you,
Hey,
No,
you
that
know,
you don't.
Oh
hey, that's
hell.
not a good.
No,
oh
you
no,
don't.
listen to me,
Fred,
Here we
listen to
go.
me.
go
Let me
ahead.
say why. The reason why I say
Everyone's
that
right,
is
man. You right.
the reason why I say that is because we'll be picking first again in 2025. And goddamn it, we had to pick it a
But
little.
D'Angelo, but you don't have to play him though. You got to keep him, but you don't have to play him.
I will play him.
No.
I will play him.
Yeah,
I ain't playing him, bro.
I literally will play him because let's say you don't trade him. You still got the first pick in the second round this year. You still can get an impact player. You can get somebody who fell, from like a 16 or 17 pick to that second round. Look at Joey Porter Jr., right? Projected first round pick. Fell to the second round. Might be the best rookie cornerback in the draft this year. Look what he doing in Pittsburgh.
nah, he ain't the
Lock your
best now.
niggas up.
That boy Witherspoon the best corner now. God damn it, ain't a goddamn
I don't know.
good
Eli
boy.
Ricks looking nice over there in Philly and undrafted.
Man,
Undrafted, right?
that boy in Seattle, Devin Witherspoon is that boy.
But look But look, like I said, look at what Joey Porter Jr. is doing out there.
Yeah, he balling though. I ain't gonna take that away from him. He
And
is
this
balling.
is you. You know that you gonna play 150 plus snaps a game because your offense is incompetent. Your offense
Yeah,
get 3 and out, so you on the field damn near the whole game. And look what he's doing to quarterbacks. But the thing is, you also got to have that GM, and then you got to have those scouts that can evaluate talent, and not only evaluate talent, you have to have the right coaches in there that can develop the talent.
yeah.
I can pick out a gym, a diamond in the rough, but if I can't mold that talent, hey, what am I here for?
Yeah. Waste
Yeah,
of pick. Hey, Ray, I'll check this out.
Uh-huh.
Hey, your model is fine as long as it goes to 3 years. Reason why I don't say 5 is for this reason. Now these quarterbacks making this ungodly money, you ain't gonna be able to build a team out. If you got to wait the 5 years before you start winning, now your quarterback is gonna take up a third of your money. You're done.
yep,
That's why I
I
said
yep,
think
three
this shit.
years.
yep.
I think
That's
this
why I
shit is
said
going
Yeah, it
three.
gotta
against
be three, not
himself, man.
5. Yeah, you gotta win on the third
Hey,
year.
Wally,
So
I
you
Yeah,
get
think this shit
that
is
third,
third
more
year.
for himself.
Yeah.
and
That
fifth
third year,
year.
you need to.
Yeah,
That third year, you need to be winning. You need to be at the point where your team is goddamn ready to win in that third year.
Hey,
Yeah, like I
Wally,
said, you're
I
gonna do
think
the
that shit
small
gonna
wins
system.
because year four, that's the last guaranteed That's the last guaranteed year of that contract. That 5th year
Well, we all,
is an option.
hey,
yeah,
anybody should
yeah.
know this. Blind man should see this though, Wiley. You not going forward with
hmm
Bryce Young. You not going nowhere, with Bryce Young.
Not
Just
going.
like my brother say,
No.
it's
I
gonna
don't think
take
so. I don't
it'll
think
take
so.
2 years just to fix his mechanic. Then you got to
Yeah.
revamp a whole offensive line. Then you got to get these certain types of receivers that can come out there and get yak underneath and shit like that. You got to do
Yep.
too much to change this team to fit this
Send
boy here.
his ass
I
to
don't
New
give a damn
England.
who wants to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Hear
Ain't
me
got the
out.
time to do it. We don't.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So y'all about to cook the fuck out of me. You know who Bryce Young remind me of?
Don't you
Tim
say it.
motherfucking Tebow.
Oh
A,
my God, you said it.
Tebow, a
You already
great
dropped that
college
shit already.
quarterback.
Well, you talking about what
Yeah.
the media built hyping him up?
Yep.
Media hype
Yes,
him up, a good college quarterback. Tell him, well, then,
but
Rail, I
Good
tell you what you need to
guy.
do.
He
I
goes
tell him
to
what you need to do,
church.
then, Rail. He need to be on TV on Saturdays. He need to be up there behind the goddamn podium and shit on Saturday,
Yep.
talking
Yep.
with RG3 and all them
On
motherfuckers.
Saturday
He
game
don't need to
days,
be
he
on
got to
no
be there.
Goddamn
motherfucking.
analyst,
He need to be
a
on Saturday
goddamn
game.
color
Game days.
commentator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
send
color
his ass to
commentator.
game day.
So he
Send
was
his
a,
ass
yeah,
to
he
game
was
day.
a
I'll
good
tell,
college
Put his ass on
quarterback.
game day.
Turn your ass on, make some money, commentating. Get the fuck up off my TV.
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
Look,
Exactly.
I
if I
But
run
they
into
tried to
Temple,
make Tebow a quarter. They tried to make him
don't
a
call me an
quarterback.
Uber. Don't call me.
let's get you the fuck up out of here.
If I'm running the Temple around here in Charlotte, I'm gonna tell Temple, I'm gonna say, hey, bro, I like the work that you're doing. I'm a brown noser. I say, I like the work that you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
How,
yeah.
how
That's
about
what
how
it
about
is.
we get Harbaugh?
Hey,
How about we get
yeah,
Harbaugh, man?
yeah. So I like the work that you doing around here, man. I like the
Yeah,
way you turning this motherfucker into a shit show.
yeah. Like
I like keep,
let's get
keep up the
Harbaugh.
bad work, nigga.
I'll be damned. The moral
Tell
of
you.
the story is when you get niggas together and you hear the passion, this is what you get everybody. Make sure y'all comment, y'all like, y'all subscribe to the channel. I guess they don't need to give Goat no goddamn last word. He just had his last
No, I
20,000
already
words.
got it. I already got it. I know you trying to clean out good shit, man. Hey, when you start talking about this motherfucker here, man, you can't stop. This some good shit right here, boy. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
y'all
yeah, it
boys,
is.
man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Man, do us all a favor. Station 88, the tailgate experience, Mud Ink Outlaws. Show us all love on all the channels that you see before us. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to keep shit fresh around here. Let's keep it fresh. A renewed energy. I feel content creators must give their duty by supporting and giving the people something to listen to each and
Hmm.
every day. So we're gonna do just that. Come on in here, your one-stop shop for everything. This been your boy Dub Q, and we're gonna get to it as we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.